It's going live. Let's see.
Oh.
I'll put.
Are we live?
Oh wow! It says I'm live. God, I hate this. God, I hate this already. This is so stupid.
People who have quit their jobs on the spot. What was the moment you finally snapped? I used to fix air conditioners for a living. Until one day I was doing a house call for this fat fuck whose house looked like a neckbeard's wet dream. Somebody rang his doorbell and started to shout profanities. His roommate pulled out a gun and gave it to the guy. Then they started to shout through the door how the other guy wants him to open the door, and the other guy is yelling, "I'm showing you pussy." At this point, I'm calling the cops and shitting my pants. He opens the door with the gun, and there's some other unwashed fat neckbeard with a GoPro on his head. They argue a bit, and the guy fires a warning shot. My life flashes before my eyes. I asked the other guy to leave the property so I can leave. This is not how I imagined my life to end.
Me either.
They keep arguing, and I say to the guy outside, "The cops are coming," and thank God he leaves. I bag my shit and drive home. I don't fix air conditioners anymore.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Yeah, broadcast live. Claudia, this no bad ass.
Broadcast like a fucking pacemaker.
Today is Dead on Dave on Monday, but it's Tuesday. I had family business to take care of yesterday, and it's been handled.
Yeah.
Also got
handle that family business.
I also got vault behind the glass. It wasn't an uneventful day yesterday, though.
I would say so.
It was this crazy. Well, you know, maybe it's better off. Maybe I should just go to Storyfire.
Wow!
And just play that fucking thing.
Is that still a thing? Storyfire still going?
People still go on there, yeah.
Really?
And yeah, get 120K views, and that's huge for Storyfire. Well, yeah, let's check this out. For Drama Alert right here.
That might be everyone who's using Storyfire. That's impressive. Holy shit.
I can't say that. I'm fucking over there. I'm not allowed to say that. But
I don't mean to ruin your shit. I'm sorry, man.
Well, let me tell you something. The drama community, which I have some insights in, is well, look, nobody's happy that anybody got hurt or potentially hurt.
Right.
They are happy there's drama. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Although if I had it my way, this would have never happened. And we're gonna get into every aspect of this. Boogie is not 100% innocent in this. And boy, did I have this one wrong. I never, in a million
That's a lot of money, I guess.
Expected this unhinged lunatic to go over there. But you know what I didn't? I did. It's just like this. I had a pair of queens and he had aces. And it was like this. I didn't think anything could beat my queens in this spot. What I didn't calculate is what people are willing to do for clout. And I think that's what this simply comes down to. Keemstar says he's not going to air the argument or interview or whatever the hell it's called with this guy Frank Hassel and Boogie.
It never took place.
And then you don't think it should have took place?
No, God, no. This is grease your cheeks, man. You make your show, you make your shit, but you make sure the police are called first. No.
I'm talking about. No. You misunderstood me. Keem did the interview, right? This is before any of this happened.
Oh, I don't think it should have happened. As soon as Boogie said that he felt threatened by somebody on the internet who was saying they were coming to the house, Keem shouldn't have been involved ever. This is the Pescatore situation. You call the cops.
But you would think he had done that already. But no, I mean, from Keem's perspective, these two guys want to come on, and this is a big story. This got one guy's talking about shit. How does Keem not cover it?
I think morality comes into play.
What's the morality here?
I mean, if somebody dies, how can you not say Keem didn't throw a big gallon of fucking gas on this fire? I'm sorry. This is one of those where you take your hands and you go up and you say, This is legal shit. If he actually goes to your house and you're that threatening and you're holding the shotgun, now this isn't a drama alert thing at that point. Not that because we've had situations where people have died because of shit like this. No, I just don't see it. They're too big. It's too much visibility.
Well, here's the thing. Without getting into that debate, the argument, the interview was filmed, and then Keem shelved it, and he said, "This is too much even for Storyfire." And what ended up happening was this wacko realized his 5 minutes of fame was up, so he needed to juice it, and this is probably the only thing he could have done to juice it, because I said really clearly in the first, this guy's not going over there. Boogie's taking the bait, and in some sense I'm still right. I'm dead frigging wrong that this guy didn't have the balls to do it, or the lack of sanity to do it. That's better. But yeah, so yeah, I'm dead wrong about that. But this just changes things, and like dramatically. This is no longer a. It's tough to even goof on, to be honest with you. But for those who didn't hear it, here it is.
Come on, you fucking pussy! What's the deal? Where's the gun at, you fat? Open fire! Open fire!
That's so bad, man.
This guy has said he's going to rape him, and kind of alludes to it later in the video, that he's going to do just that.
Have you ever heard of him before?
No, I never.
That's why I thought he would do it, Tommy, because I never heard of him
now
before.
Everybody will know. Now his name's cemented.
So I immediately thought he was gonna fucking go.
He did have something going on. He did. You did think he was gonna go? So I didn't think so.
Oh yeah.
I just thought, but it just shows you how these troll communities are just completely out of control. Like in these troll communities, if this is somebody they liked, they would have been outraged.
Right.
They would have been completely freaking out that this guy's standing in front of his house.
This is next level even for them.
And just to think that, Boogie is like legitimately unhinged, right? And
oh yeah.
So what's to keep him from coming out and putting two in your fucking chest, man?
I'm also questioning his gun license at this point. He is mentally fucking disturbed, and I don't know if he needs a gun. I'm just being fucking real.
I don't know if he does either. That's a good question. That's a good point.
Yikes.
Hey Sam, this doesn't have to. Cameron, this doesn't have to go down this way, buddy.
You're a fat pussy.
Yeah.
You won't even open the door?
Oh, I will.
And then what? You're gonna shoot me?
No, I'm thinking my roommate will.
You're gonna kill me?
I guess so, buddy. Just give me a second to get my dog wrangled.
You're a fucking pussy, dude.
Oh, hold on. I'll show you pussy, bud.
See, that's a huge mistake right there.
That's terrifying.
But that's an incredibly stupid mistake. I mean, if you're, it's just like you lock the doors, you call the cops, and you wait, and you don't answer this guy. I guarantee if he doesn't go out there and fire a round, right? And I think he has every right to have the gun. Thank you, Spark Cars. I think he had every right. I mean, he definitely has every right to use lethal force to defend himself, and this guy has put himself in a situation. But, why are you talking to him? Why are you going to social media over this?
Right.
Why are you continuing like he can't? It's a mental illness. He has to feed the trolls. We've seen this with locales like DSP and Wings of Redemption. They have to feed the trolls. Even when they're at their door. Jim the Crackle, Hassel's literally fat, edgy fuck who thinks this is beyond edgy jokes because he went above and beyond. But the dude is so gay. Hashtag Hassel is gay. All right. I don't know if that kind of stuff,
this is not content
I don't know
anymore,
if that matters anymore. I mean, the guy really showed up to his house. Boogie really pulled out a gun. I was wrong. I
think it's the point of his content. I think he's trying to push somebody to fuck him up. He wants you to get killed on camera or beaten up so bad we can play victim. I don't know what he's doing.
No. This is that generation. This is hitting a kid with an AR-15 with a skateboard, not expecting to get shot over it. This is the same type of rationale that goes into that, and I'll prove it right here when he fires the weapon.
He's the air guy.
Look at the heating and air.
Yeah. Hey, you mind grabbing my dog?
So that's the guy that's like fixing his shit. That's too funny.
You mind grabbing my dog while I murder somebody?
Buddy, you threatened my life.
What are you arguing with this individual?
1 second, buddy. Sammy, up.
1 second. Just hang on.
I want to make sure my dog's
polite those Southerners are.
protected.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Sammy,
the whole,
up. Come here.
Well, it's two people that are out of it and belong in mental.
Right.
The crazy stars have aligned. And
yes.
Yeah, and we're gonna get a
The
crazy
age of Aquarius.
a crazy Jesus Christ is about to be born.
Come here. Sammy, up. Come here. 1 second, bud.
Hang on.
Yeah, I am. Protecting my dog, bud. Yes, sir.
At least he's a responsible dog owner. That's something.
Boogie's so friendly.
He's putting the dog ahead of him.
Jesus, man.
Okay. Is this what I have to do?
Here we go.
I'm asking you to leave.
You
Sam.
fat fucking.
To leave, Sam.
Oh my God!
I'm asking you
Is
to
this
leave.
real?
Yes.
Is this guy gonna kill me?
Yes. He's here to look at the air conditioner, Sam.
Yeah, like all right, he's got a loaded revolver, and he's like, "Is this guy gonna kill me?" That's the same. That's what the mentality I'm talking about.
He's playing it up though.
He does. There is
live streaming or whatever.
There is no part of his, and he does kind of shut up for a second. There is no part of his existence that thinks he could have an exit wound at his back. Like you and me, like you can't. No, you're normal. You're normal. I'm normal. Like there is we've seen people get fucked up, and
now someone in the chat said he was a veteran. I don't know if that's true or not, but that changes stuff for me a little bit too.
Yeah, he probably because that changes if he is a vet. That changes it because this guy wouldn't have the balls to shoot me.
It changes a little bit more mentality there because I think it might even poke a hole in that.
Understandable, but it's still wrong. It's still crazy, and this guy belongs in jail. I mean, it's completely ridiculous.
No question.
This is all
you know what that tells me? It's that incident was it in Fayetteville when they fucked with that guy and they fucked with that guy. They have film of it right here on YouTube. And he said, I'm going to come down and I'm going to shoot everybody at PT over in the 82nd Airborne. Fucking commander's like, fucking do it. Click. This is before we had a rash of school shootings and stuff. And he did. Yeah. He did. And I know that Army mentality. Like, you ain't going to do it, Yeah, maybe that's where it comes from.
They're also saying it's a joke in the chat. So
Frank is not a vet. It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
They're saying it's a joke in the chat, so who knows if he actually is.
Doesn't
matter.
It doesn't matter, really.
In your doorway?
Yes.
You're fucking deranged.
I'm asking you to leave. This is my home. You are not welcome here. You have threatened my life. I'm asking you to leave. In about 30 seconds, I'm going to fire a warning shot. And the second won't
fire it now. Okay. Fire the warning shot now.
Is this what we have to do?
Yeah, that obviously shut him the fuck up. But it doesn't last.
Hesitation.
Doesn't last. Got to get that clout. Got to show him a badass. I ain't no cuck.
I'm asking you to leave, Sam.
That would have been enough for me.
Right.
That would have been enough for me. I'm not a fucking punk, Dave.
No.
I'm getting the fuck out of there. I mean, I would never showed up, but let's just say I got that angry, And this guy's not even angry.
I think pointing the gun at you gets you to go away, Tommy.
Fuck out of here. Fuck.
Sam?
Cameron, I don't know your fucking...
Does this guy know what a balloon can do to you? Like,
no, I don't think he does.
Pictures, like how it just scrambles your everything.
Or he doesn't care. Yeah. He doesn't care. He's part of this new generation of people who don't care about any fucking thing. They don't think anything can happen to him, so fuck it. Let's just go for the views.
Well, let me point out, too, this guy Rosenbaum that tried to disarm Rittenhouse was crying as he died because he realized it was really real. 10 minutes before that, he was going, yo, shoot me, N-word. So, I think this is a thing like nothing bad can happen to you. I mean, I don't know. I think that's growing up in the 90s and 2000s without crime. You know,
I think it's a terrifying thing when you combine that with the chase for views and the chase for clout. You combine these two things.
It's white people.
Dangerous.
It's white people. That's the problem.
White people are dangerous, Tommy.
No, but
we need to outlaw the whites.
Well, you're not explaining the fact that why this guy has no fear that this guy's going to. I don't think he's not afraid to get shot. He's just there's no way. It's almost like you can't do that to me. You going to shoot me? Are you really going to do that? He might. It's crazy enough.
Yeah.
Name. I'm asking you to leave. I'm asking you to leave, man. Please don't make me do this.
Let me speak.
Please don't make me do this.
See, that would scare me too.
That is chilling.
Yeah, that's chilling because he's
chilling.
Because he's probably just said to himself, if he takes a step before, you know, I'm going to smoke him. Or he's decided or he's made the decision that he's not going to shoot him under any circumstance.
You know, that's actually really good mental faculties by Boogie here because he may have popped him and maybe not gotten too much trouble because of all the things that happened before.
Or he's realized, like, he just pulled the trigger. The next one, there's no more warning shots after this.
He's got to put it in the chest on the next one. He's about to kill somebody.
Or do nothing. Maybe he realized, I'm never going to do this.
That snapped him right in or something. Who knows, man? That's a terrifying situation.
Just leave his property so I can leave.
Why's this guy got a gun?
I'm just here looking at
because I feel threatened.
I'm here looking at air conditioners. That's the best. That guy's a hero.
This guy's about to kill somebody right in front of you.
Why are you on his property?
I'll shoot to wound. I promise you that.
If you're gonna shoot to wound, you should shoot yourself.
No, I plan to shoot you, bud. I'm asking you to leave.
Right here.
Okay?
Right here.
Okay. I'm asking you to leave.
You pointing a gun at me?
Yes. You are on my property. You've threatened my life.
Listen, you are pointing your gun at me?
You're a fat.
Castle doctrine.
You're a fat. Castle doctrine means I get to take you inside and fuck you.
Okay.
Well,
that's a rape threat.
Who's Sam?
That's a lot of money.
See,
I guess,
look. That's if I say that to you or somebody who's angry at the internet, it's really. But this guy showed up at his house, so now it's a legitimate threat. The delusions of the internet of not knowing reality. Frank should get his cab peeled back. Yeah, he might. That's pretty amazing. So he leaves. Here's the thing, you know, and I think this is legit. I mean, when I heard that he didn't shoot him and there was a warning shot, I mean, I'm familiar with cases of people firing warning shots from Florida to South Carolina. They end up getting arrested. You're almost better off smoking the guy, but you're going to get arrested and you have to plead your case in court. And it's just very strange to me, after the events of the day before, that Boogie would say he was in contact with the police and absolutely do everything wrong. Not locking down, not engaging. Now, if that guy starts smashing windows and coming in his house, I don't think there's any question in the world that lethal force might be the only option at that point, whether he's armed or disarmed. But to sit there and say, you know, I'm talking with the cops, you know, does it make you think, like, maybe he's full of shit? Maybe he's doing the stuff that he always does. Maybe he's, you know, because Boogie does this thing with, I mean, even the whole thing with a gun, it's a front. It's like he doesn't want to be messed with, and he has every right not to be messed with. I'm not saying that, but, you know, Boogie has this fucking terrible habit of losing when he's ahead. When he seems right, he makes himself, the next sentence, he makes himself wrong. He's got, like lying about being swatted, arguing with everything, and then especially going on Monday Matt's show yesterday that had like 100 fucking people there, right? 100 fucking people. Matt, and I don't know how I got to this, but, you know, he's certainly entitled to the opinion. He thought the whole thing was worked. And Boogie goes in there after probably winning some goodwill over this situation, because people got to look at what Castle is, and he's an animal, right? Yeah. And nobody really would have gave a fuck if, Boogie put one in his tooth. But then he starts screaming at Matt. Some of it was personal, like, you know, I don't buy that. We're such good friends that I don't know how you could come to that I would make this some kind of work. And, you know, really going in on Matt hard, really insulting him, like almost telling him you're not entitled to have this opinion. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, I think it's a little crazy for Matt to come up with something like that, but who the motherfuck are you to tell him what he can and can't think? You know? And a lot of this stuff, like, you know, he feeds the trolls and blames commentary channels. You know, he'll blame a commentary channel. He'll blame the internet. He blames everybody. He'll do everything to put him. We've seen this with Wings Redemption. We've seen this with DSP. It reminds me more of Wings, to be honest with you.
I think it's part of the reason why Matt came to the fucking conclusion in the first place. That, or not even conclusion, the speculation. He didn't make an accusation. He speculated, first off. He speculated. And I don't think it's all that
He's
crazy
allowed to speculate, and Boogie faked a swatting.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
That's what I'm
it's not
saying.
completely out of realm
Boogie does
possibility.
not have the benefit of the doubt anymore.
No.
He just doesn't.
Absolutely
He's lost
not.
it.
You got to be completely, insane. So, but I mean, and it's all of a sudden Matt doesn't have the right to question him, and that's kind of a theme with this guy. You can't question me, and he can't. And then I look at him and I'm like, I know there's no chance of this happening, and probably because it can't, because he has to pay his bills. This guy doesn't belong on the internet.
Oh, agree.
He does not
agree.
He cannot handle, as an adult, being a public figure. He never really could. He doesn't clearly know what's happening. Boogie, from what I've seen in every controversy that he's been in, and now I've been in this business almost 5 years now. All right, Boogie can't handle anything. Anything. Why would you go on? Why would you jaw with this guy, this unhinged guy? Why are you going to go on fuck with Mundane Matt? Who cares what Mundane Matt thinks?
Boogie does.
Mundane Matt's been trying to scramble his credibility, to gather credibility for the past 2 years. He doesn't why are you going there? What is this? Why do you think you control? Why are you thinking you're entitled to control what people think about you in the fucking first place? Oh, I know, baby. Because all the people that say mean things about it, that's what happened with Frank Castle. No, Boogie, that guy's crazy.
Right.
That guy's
He's the
nuts.
exception, not the rule.
He's exactly. And then, it just seems like, we're all working to an area where I can't get criticism. I got news for you. That guy came and fucking raped you. It doesn't change a goddamn thing. You're still a public figure. And then you strike me as the type of guy that no matter what people tell you, you just don't listen. Under any circumstances. When you get to the fork in the road and one says lava and the other one says right to freeway, you're driving the fucking lava.
Every time. We're getting to the point, too, where these guys are too big to be fucking up on the scale of which they are. They're getting the notice of YouTube, and it's affecting everyone underneath them, and they don't fucking care. If Boogie pops that guy, that regardless of legality, it's going to change shit on YouTube.
Oh,
it's
fuck yeah.
Change shit on the internet.
Oh, hell yeah.
That is way too public.
But
by the way, Boogie might be in trouble because he did break the law.
Blue Fire, right? He goes, Boogie legit wants to be the victim. Boogie thinks the path to victory is always through victimization.
Yes. I win because I hurt.
I win because since fucking when? You lose because you're hurt.
Right.
And therein lies why he can't handle anything. He believes something that's categorically false.
But that is because
we all get victimized we all get victimized by something along the fucking lines. And I tell you something, Boogie, you call fucking in this show, I'll fucking tear your ass in half. I don't care. I'm entitled to think that's a work. I know it isn't, but I don't
think it is. Based off the reactions, I don't think it is.
But who the fuck, who the hell is he? You got that clip? This is just bizarre. This Monday.
Yeah, about the pedophile stuff.
I want to the pedophile. It's the stuff that I told you to get before.
And by the way, if it is a work,
out there last week trying to propagate me.
Yeah, it's well. First of all, if it's a work, then fucking Keemstar's involved, and I really doubt that.
Which would be really bad.
Well, I'm in a chat group, and it's not a fucking work.
Oh, I know it's not, but I'm saying if it were, it would be the worst planned one ever.
Yeah,
Jesus, it's terrible.
But to sit there and go off on Matt like this for fuck's sake. So let's listen to some of this madness.
Me being a pedo. So you know what? They do that shit.
If you're driving,
you got money.
God damn.
Oh, there's an ad. Look at that shit.
Money for a person of color.
Okay. I plead, making me the victor. Whimper come pow. It's pretty funny.
Okay. Andy, Ralph, all those guys, they do that shit all the goddamn time. They try to run their mouth, try to say that I'm a pedo, try to get fucking CPS on me and shit for my kids.
Yeah, what does this shit happen to me? And I never touched 100,000 subs like these two jackasses.
Right.
Yeah, this happened to me. Two of those guys he named, or at least Warski, were involved in it. Like, what? Why are you the only guy in the world that gets shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
so
I'm sorry that happens.
So you know, like,
well, I'm sorry that happens to you. Note, I have never said in a public forum that I think you're probably lying about that, and you're actually fucking your kids.
Okay, take a drink of water, dude. Take a drink of water.
And I never would. I never would.
I wouldn't.
I never would even think for a second you're fucking your children.
I wouldn't think you would either.
Tommy,
When I talk about this,
what?
I got to tell you something that's really important.
What?
I never would ever think you would fuck your kid. Ever, Tommy. Ever. I just want to let you know that. It's important.
Jesus Christ.
I never would think you'd fuck your kids.
Okay.
Just be reported.
Well, gee whiz, fucking thank you. You know,
I think that you would think that that I'm lying about what happened today, and I somehow got the cops to lie for me too.
no one would lie about it, but it becomes this. It becomes the difference between maybe a felony and a misdemeanor.
What?
Okay, so when I look at these situations as a whole, I always ask myself, what is the best for business? That's how I always look at things. That's how
Is being on your live stream best for my business? Do you think, or do you think me asking you if do you think what I'm doing right now is best for my business? Do you think I give a fuck about my business? I give a fuck about
clearly
my life, Matt.
I understand
I give a fuck about my life.
Why is it so important that 100 people on the Mundane Matt Show that he thinks that there might be some kind of YouTube tomfoolery here, which, by the way, is not out of the realm of fucking possibility. I got to be honest with you, Boogie. It's extremely unlikely, but it is not impossible. And I sort of get. I think he's gonna come out as like, well, I know Matt. Like, if you did that to me, I guess, yeah. Like
Right.
I know Matt, so therefore. But you know, Boogie, how close are you with Matt? Really? How often do you talk? Really? How much did you really stick up for him? Did you really go out of your way? Get the fuck out of here. And maybe this is like, something tells me if Matt was as comfortable to talk about this potentially being a work, you haven't talked to him in a year. You know, like, come on. Now, yeah, if you did that to me, it would be a personal, and that's what he's making me. Every argument's personal with Boogie. It's
exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're just a common person. This is personal to me. You can't believe that about me, and I won't let you.
Yeah.
That's fucking behavior. So the answer.
Well, maybe you can say to yourself, I'm unfollowing Mundane Matt. I mean, that would have been fucking maybe my move, I suppose. But it's Boogie, man.
Unfollow.
Yeah.
And I wanted to stop you from fucking continuing to destroy it.
I'm not going to continue.
I don't give a fuck about my business. Listen to me, Matt. I don't give a fuck about my business. You think I want to be on YouTube anymore? You think I want to be a content creator more?
Yes.
Or after someone came to my fucking house and put me and my dog and my friend and my neighbors and a random fucking air conditioning guy's life in fucking jeopardy? You think I want to do this fucking job another fucking day?
Yes.
No.
Yes. But you want to do it is the world shaped to your you want it shaped to your terms. Absolutely.
I have money saved.
And keep in mind, after what happened, Boogie's got a lot of goodwill. They see what a nut job Hassel is. He fucking belongs in the Laughing Academy, and then he goes on Monday nights and just pisses it all away.
Right.
No, I know.
Win till you lose.
Yeah, fucking. Only Boogie can get sympathy for Monday Matt. You know.
What am I hearing?
What are you hearing?
Is that Mario?
Yeah, I think it was Mario World, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, nice here.
Hello, guys.
I don't.
Was he playing Mario the whole time?
I think he was playing Mario the entire time.
Boy, he's a gamer.
All right, so I'm looking at the chat right now.
Shit.
Go gamer, go.
You sounded
Let me just say, I don't think that
Absolutely.
Boogie was a willing participant, but I still have questions, not for him specifically, but I'll never get answers to. And that's my whole point. Looking at the data as it's presented, as what we have, I appreciate Boogie coming on and giving his take. I do. Even though he's mad at me and he'll probably never want to talk to me again, I'm fine with that. I'm happy that he's on here expressing himself.
Oh, hey, that was a phone call from Daniel Keemstar.
Oh, that was a fucking Listen, you motherfucker. I didn't say you fucked your own kids. Don't you dare say that I'm making it work about this wacko coming to my house. Hold on. Oh, yeah, Keem. Yeah. Call him back now. All right, I'm sorry I haven't been away. I mean, Jesus.
Okay, cool. And he wanted to remind you that you are no fucking place to talk and accuse anybody of anything, Matt.
Well, Daniel can come on here and tell me that himself if he has an issue.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out a way to patch him in right now. Don't you worry.
Ooh, we're swinging Keemstar, aren't we? Ooh. Not everybody. I got news for you. Not everybody gives a fuck if Keemstar swings on them.
Yeah, right.
He can. There's a link in the video description. Keemstar can come on in. And I'm asking a question based upon what I have seen, and that's all I'm doing.
I will D him, and I will D.
I'd say it's a stupid question, but he's certainly entitled to it.
Him this fucking link you gave me right now.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yes, upset he is.
So okay, so hands down, 100%, this whole thing was real.
Yes, motherfucker.
Okay.
That's a dickhead too. Like, these people are crazy.
They're all nuts.
Everybody's fucking crazy. Like,
every one of them. Every fucking person.
The only thing he could have done worse in that spot than that particular statement, okay, this is real, is, okay, you're definitely not a pedophile, like Frank Castle said. You know, like,
are you sure? Are you positive this is real?
I just got to get this out of the way before we go forward.
Jesus Christ. I just want to make sure, you know.
Good to know.
And how fucking dare you, Matt? After everything I've done for you, after all the time,
I would love to know what Boogie has done for Matt.
Times I've backed you every step of the fucking way to accuse me of willingly participate in something so vile.
Yeah, I think you could say that if you guys are close. But not
he's making it sound like they are.
Well, look, Boogie, one of your friends told me the only reason you follow me is because if I don't talk about you. You know, so and I'm kind of inclined to believe that, because when I have reached out, as a friend and tried to be, like, we're not friends or anything, but I did try to reach out to him. You know, I'd got some arcade one-up stuff. Like, he blows off my DMs all the time. So and then I started to wonder, thinking about this guy telling me this. I'm like, yeah, it probably is. There's no chance. You know, I don't give a fuck. But
I would love to have heard if that question would have been proposed to you. What? After everything I've done for you, how can you possibly think this of me? Speculate of this of me? You would have lost your fucking mind.
If I didn't know them, but if it was you, I'd probably.
It would have to be really close.
You,
but, I mean,
or Nick or Doc or Vol, like people I talk to every day, people I've known for years. I think you guys kind of have a right, but I'm really questioning how close they are. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, I don't want to speculate too much. I'm not above it,
no.
but I just.
How dare you speculate?
Yes. Yeah.
By the way,
I mean, I don't think it was very smart of Matt to go in there and say, well, maybe this is just some like Vince McMahon tomfoolery here. You know?
Wait, did you say Matt and smart in the same sentence?
No.
How are you doing there, buddy?
Okay, there.
This is such a hard fucking topic to cover seriously, man.
We got a mad caller. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Well, if he got shot, we would have had to handle it like Etika. You know?
Oh God, my God. Man.
But you did think he was going over there. You definitely.
Yeah, no, I was talking about it as all that shit was breaking down. It really seemed like this dude was a fucking nut job, and he was clearly going over. The fact that I never heard about him is what really tipped me. It got me going to thinking immediately. I'm like, this guy's gonna go. Keem's wrong here. And I really didn't like the Keem that Keem did what he did and put a big spotlight on it, because then he gave that platform to then take away to force
this drama news. These guys are threatened like all he's doing is reporting it.
Man, you got to get the police involved first, and there's no evidence.
The guy asked us. The guy was saying he went to the cops. I mean, there's got to be some sort of. I understand it's Boogie, but
months of harassment.
You have to give Boogie some kind of adult agency here, Dave. I mean, like he's supposed to call the cops. He's supposed to take care of himself.
Boogie is, yes, Boogie is. But when we got into a situation that came anywhere remotely like this, we made our videos, we made our jokes, but we made sure we called the cops. They got involved.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is, there's no evidence yet, and there's no evidence is not, but it hasn't been brought up that Boogie never fucking went to the police before the incident happened.
I wonder if he did. I'll say that publicly. I don't think he went to the cops till after the fight.
That's a major problem for me, and it's a problem.
It might be a problem for him if they arrest him for firing a warning shot.
Right. It's not firing a warning shot. It's discharging a weapon in residency or something like that,
area.
Which is fairly serious.
Depending
on how the circumstances are.
Yeah, it depends on how things roll down there. I mean, South's a little different.
His case would be much better if he.
South's a little different. He might break the law, and it's like, nah, we got better things to do than charge this asshole. That guy was really fucking asking for trouble, so they just decide not to charge him. But yeah, I mean, you definitely. There's a case down in Florida, right around the time of the Trayvon Martin thing, and this guy was coming over. He told his wife up, his ex-wife, I'm coming over to fucking kill you, right? He marched to the house. He broke in. She pulled a shotgun, right? And kept coming at her. Like, I'm going to kill you. She goes, because she didn't have the heart to, I don't know, put his fucking entrails in the back of the garage wall. She shot the wall, right? Instead. Well, she ended up getting convicted and doing time.
Right.
I mean, like she was more within her right to splatter him like a doom demon, than these warning shots don't fucking work. Shooting the meme doesn't work. You shoot center mass. I was like you always hear that on like these anti-cop guys. How come they didn't shoot him in the leg? It doesn't work like that, asshole.
No, you're trained to shoot center mass anywhere you go.
It's not a RoboCop where you can fucking target it. You know what I mean?
The gun and they're fucking fired up in the air a million times.
Realize when cops discharge the weapons, they empty it. It's not bang, bang, bang.
Right. Remember, even an accidental discharge in the military, that's a serious. They started giving Article 15 for that.
I saw some guy have one. He came in as a PFC because he did all this fucking goofy shit. In basic training, had accidents. They stripped him fucking bare, dude. They stripped him back.
And remember, they actually changed the name from accidental discharge to negligent discharge.
Yeah, I was there when it was negligent discharge.
People in the chat are saying things like, well, it's not like Frank would press charges anyway. Frank does it not in a press charging situation. He didn't break a fucking law. And Frank, he broke a law to the fucking state, to the county.
That's true.
The county will be pressing charges. Frank has nothing to do with it.
Broke a law. I didn't.
Frank needs to be hoping that Boogie doesn't press charges because he did threaten him. But Boogie muddled the waters with all the bullshit that he did. This is a nightmare.
Like he always does. I mean, aren't you sick and fucking tired? I had something fucking horrible. You know what happened to me 2 weeks ago. Does anybody know about it besides you?
No, I don't think so.
Exactly.
I don't think so.
Exactly.
And you know a lot about my fucking last year, and nobody else knows about that either.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Nobody fucking knows. You know why, Boogie? Because I don't want fucking Frank Hassel making videos on the horrible thing that fucking happened to me. I mean, it's like he constantly like he has this. I see Deji does this as well. I mean, you're talking about guys that are like now known for being lolcows. They go to the internet. They go to it's the only way they can feel whole with any kind of problem, any kind of fucking issue. I mean.
Man.
Yeah, all he does is provoke. I mean, I've seen Wings of Redemption. I can't not feed the trolls. I gotta answer. I have to do it. I mean, at least he's kind of self-aware. Boogie's not self-aware. Right. This is the condition. I think we've gotten through enough of this. Nick, I see you're in there because you're trying to be polite to Dave, but I'm gonna pull you in last. I'm gonna get the fans in first.
Oh no! If Nick comes in, don't worry. I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy that one.
Rob Zambi, you're on the air.
Hey Tommy, how's it going?
Zob Bromby. How are you, sir? How do you want to add into this conversation?
So I actually live by Boogie. I live in the same state. I'm like 2 towns over, which is like 20 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm very familiar with the Castle Doctrine laws and whatnot.
Okay.
So I would honestly kind of be surprised if Boogie wasn't charged by Fayetteville Police Department for discharging a firearm, because there's no such thing as a warning shot.
Yeah, I know. I actually know something in New Jersey, and I know about this. We've seen it before. I'm interested in gun laws and self-defense, and I've never warning shot shit never works out. And people tell themselves, well,
I'm sure he's going to be charged. He might not be prosecuted, but I think he's going to be charged.
You think he's going to be charged?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
They'll drop it though. I think because of the mitigating circumstances involved.
Mitigating circumstances.
But he made it harder.
It's going to cost some money. It's going to cost some money. It's a felony.
Well, it's called like unlawful discharge of a firearm within city limits. They're very and Fayetteville's like more the woke progressive part. Like I know the chick Snake that Frank Hassel had in the picture. Like I know that chick because she's on Dixon. So like I've ran into her a couple times over there. Like I know Fayetteville is what I'm saying, but Castle Doctrine in Arkansas, you actually cannot use deadly force to defend property. So the way Castle Doctrine works and the way that Boogie was portraying it is like very doesn't show how Castle Doctrine works in the proper light at all.
All this stuff. What would have been Castle Doctrine in this scenario? What would have been a
Castle Doctrine
where he could have discharged a weapon in a lethal manner?
Okay, so if Frank had brandished a weapon and had entered his home, at that point Boogie has every right to drop him. And he said he was going to shoot to wound. Never fucking do that. In any state that you're in that has Castle Doctrine, never fucking shoot to wound.
That's
you know why?
The only people that
Dead
say
men tell
shoot
no
to
tales.
wound are the assholes riding in like that don't know anything about guns that are in fucking Portland.
It's
you know,
just common sense.
there's no such thing.
Okay.
You fucking empty
well, yeah.
You're talking to two veterans here. You empty the
I
fucking
get it. I
gun.
get it.
You know, I mean,
that was more for your audience, you know, like people that don't really understand. You know,
oh, when I'm playing Quake, I can get a rail shot. Fucking halfway across the map. I can't shoot him in the toes. You know.
William, let me shoot this apple off your head. I'll show you.
And pistol shots aren't fucking accurate. Anyway. It's so ridiculous. You know. So all right. So he broke. So is it really so ridiculous for me to assume that he didn't talk to the cops once? Before he went, because he said he was touching base, talking about Castle Doctrine, and you know, Nick was talking to Vega, and that's exactly what Vega's California, from California, and or maybe he knows a law in Florida, maybe it's similar. Like there was no immediate threat. Yeah, he was on his law, he's probably trespassing and all that other stuff. But when somebody's trespassing, you lock down, you load the weapon, you don't engage, and you wait till the cops to come. He starts smashing fucking, windows or kicking in doors. You put one in his skull. You know?
So that's that would actually be unlawful too.
Why is that?
Because you can't use deadly force to defend property in Arkansas. That's not how the Castle Doctrine works.
Isn't it reasonable to assume that if somebody's breaking in a window, they're trying to climb in your house? And
that's fair. That's fair.
So that would
see
be
that being a defense against a point like that.
I didn't say defend the mighty window. I was talking about defending the
I don't think he ever said, Boogie, I'm gonna fuck up your vase, man. All your window curtains, you're gonna piss on them.
I'm gonna come over there
and I'm
sink, you know what? I'm gonna sit your arcade one up on fucking fire.
I'm gonna rape you and murder you.
Well, as far as him getting in contact with the police and whatnot, a quick search of county court records shows that Boogie could have gotten what's called a no contact order on Frank Hassel. He said this has been going on for 3 months, so it's honestly a surprise to me that he didn't do something like that. There's no court records saying that he did try to get a no contact order against Frank, especially when Frank said he was on Dixon Street in Fayetteville in his town. Didn't do it then.
Yeah, but he only had 24 hours. Whoa.
I'm sorry.
I know what it takes more than 24 hours to get something. Like you get a petition to court, you show up for court date. That's not reasonable for him to get a no contact order in under 24 hours.
But he's saying it's been going on for months, though.
Yeah,
in fairness to Boogie, who would have known this guy was going to show up at his fucking house out of nowhere? Now, I did say, I've had people say that to me, I don't know how many fucking times in the past couple of years. So why
Boogie
is it
himself did? That's the problem, Tommy.
Yeah.
Boogie thought it. He said it publicly. This guy's going to come to my house. I'm feeling threatened.
Yeah, but you know what? I bet he didn't believe that. That was his way to be a big
him being dramatic.
Big.
Yeah, but then again, that's also on his fault, isn't it?
Yeah. What's that?
There's a chance he plasticated himself, man.
That kind of falls on Boogie too. I mean, if he didn't believe it, but he was just playing it up. I mean, he should have done something. If this has been going on for 3 months, and then he's like, "Oh, this guy's going to come to my house," he should have done something.
I don't know. Being the victim is the most important thing in the world. It means you win and you're successful. Have a good day, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zabram.
Yeah, you too.
Hey, Tommy, you think he Plaxicoed himself here? Remember Plaxico Burris in New York? He shot himself accidentally, and then he did it in 18 fucking months.
How much time did he do?
He did 12 to 18 months or something. He did over a year.
He did do time?
He did time. I think he did more time than Michael Vick. It was close. People were really making a big deal about that.
He shot himself. Yeah, but he did New Jersey, right? He did New York and New Jersey. That's pretty.
New York.
even worse.
And New York fucking gun laws don't play.
Fucking no.
He had a concealed. He didn't have a concealed carry.
Right
he had a
at the
gun.
Super Bowl,
Fucking
he
shot
shot
himself.
himself in the fucking dipshit. Did he ruin his career after that, or he was lucky? He didn't
I
go
think
in?
he played again. I do believe,
He
but
did.
he was never plaques again. But I think he played again for the Giants, I believe.
Why not? It's close to home. It's close to home. All right, I like this guy, NJ Trash Boy, on here. Hello,
Hey,
sir.
how's it going, guys?
How can I help you, sir?
Yeah, I just wanted to just go over a few things. Boogie2988 also suffers from extreme anxiety, right? Like this has just been doctored from the point when he made a video about the first encounter he had with a random viewer.
Yeah. What's that got to
All right,
do?
and then Then later on, we also even learned how like he even was talked about, I think, in 2016 when he had a problem with Anita Sarkeesian when she sideswiped him.
Are you a doctor?
I covered that. No, shut up. Jesus Christ, that's my job. Cool off there, Middle Eastern boy. Hop on that camel and take a little rest there. Back off there. Back down there. Don't pull the cord just yet. We don't need to blow up the whole fucking room. Calm down there, boy. All right. What's this? But in some sense, he's right. Get to the point.
So my point is just simple: is that like one, he is a public figure on YouTube, and it's just very easy, obviously, for him to just get triggered so fast and easily because of his anxiety and so on. So Frank obviously knew what he was doing. This was obviously just like the biggest play for him. He just knew that one, this is a big figure.
But we get to the point where Boogie doesn't have any fucking agency. He is a 46-year-old man. And he's older than me, and that's saying some shit. He has no agency at all. I mean, whenever he gets involved in this stuff, we find out he's lying about being swatted. That was just gave that whole Sam and Toki site, and it's like you can sit there and say over and over again, well, that's part of the condition. That's part of the condition. Well, well, I guess he's gonna fucking, something bad's gonna happen because nobody's doing anything to correct it, the least of which of him. It doesn't matter if he's like legitimately out of his mind. Like we have a couple options here. Get off the internet permanently. If that's possible, probably isn't. Accepting the fact and coming and becoming self-aware enough that you can't take any kind of criticism, and just the fact that you can't take any kind of criticism attracts these maniacs. And when these maniacs come, no matter what you're told, you don't know how to handle that either. You did that wrong, and now you're looking at time in jail. So, yes, I would agree with you. He has a mental illness of some sort. I would agree with you that this does play into his behavior, but it doesn't absolve him responsibility.
Oh, no. That does not absolve him for anything. I mean, obviously this guy just doesn't know how to handle any encounter or conflict between other people.
This thing, though, this is the biggest thing
That's
that
a lot of
Boogie
money, I guess, for a
don't seem
person
to
of color.
understand. At some point, his mental illness needs to stop affecting others. It has got to stop being everybody else's problem. He's got to take himself away from this shit before he fucking.
And he makes everything everybody else's problem. He has a problem in life. He goes to his audience. I just told you something rotten happened to me 2 weeks ago. I called Dave and I asked him not to say anything. Right? And you can't I've heard him say this before, and most people say this to make their fans feel good because it makes some people feel good. You're my therapy. No! It's the last place you go for therapy. You're an idiot if you say that, by the way. All right, fine. You're not an idiot. You're not an idiot because you're fucking lying. How about that?
No, it's true. I mean, shit, if I didn't get some of this shit out,
that's what he says.
I might kill somebody.
That's what he says when you show up at Boogie's store.
I might murder someone, man.
Would you show up at Boogie's store?
Yeah.
All
right.
Well, thank you very much, guys.
Zob Rombi just wrote, wanted to add, pulled the FPD dispatch logs. Boogie called in trespassing, and a neighbor called in shots fired shortly after the timing. He shot the gun. Yeah, you call in trespassing, you lock the doors, you keep an eye. I would have told that poor air conditioning guy, is like, look, just stay away from windows and you can play my arcade one up. We're gonna wait till the cops get here. I think it would be your best interest in mind.
Hold my dog.
Would you like some tea? Yeah, hold my dog. Okay, the guy did it. You fucking hold your own. You know what? I wouldn't have stood in the front yard. As soon as that guy said to me, he's like, "Look, I might have to shoot this guy." I'm like, Bye.
Just
Oh my
bounce
dog.
bounce
Hold
from
your
the back
fucking
door.
dog. God, everybody's crazy. Everybody's crazy. Oh, it's unbelievable.
But I think we're all a little crazy, and that's okay.
Thank you very much, man.
No, take care. Take care. Thanks for calling New Jersey Trash Boy.
And Jay Trash Boy.
And Jay Trash Boy. We got it. You,
We're all, I was saying we're all nuts,
Yeah.
but we don't make it everybody else's problem. You know, that's the difference. True crazy people make it everybody else's problem. Normal crazy people, we just bitch to our friends. That's
yeah. Mormon guy, he's sane. Say something insane, I guess.
Yeah, well, like two things. One is, do you remember when he said that when the police got called, that the police were like a suicide machine coming to his door? You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Suicide machine.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So this is what,
he even
like-
made that. He even made that about his audience. You know.
And so
Yeah, I'm driving.
the thing with the interview with Keem is, I don't know if Boogie kind of asked for it in that interview, which is
Yeah,
the most
you can
bizarre
make that
thing.
case. I want to enjoy killing you. I'm sure that would have been used by the prosecution had something went down. You know, that I could talk first degree murder.
Right.
So
You know,
I think he's got
like Boogie. It is amazing that he has gotten this far on YouTube. It's just it's really it's a testament how wonderful our country is. When you could do absolutely you could just fail so far upward. And then, you know, how would it title Fat Fuck This Guy is he's finally starting to fail and circle the drain like everybody else in this fucking business, and he can't handle it. You failed upward, you stupid fat bastard.
He really did,
Jesus,
man, for
I'm
a
never gonna
long,
be as
long
famous
time.
I'm never going to be. If no one's going to send me I had to buy these, asshole. Not Arcade 1-Up's not sending me one of fucking these, and you don't even play yours, and I'll tell you why, you fuck. You only ever played Burger Time because you don't have your guard protector on here, and the first gen cabinets, the paint comes off. So if you actually played those things, the paint would have fell off of all of them. So fuck
Oh my
you.
God.
And Arcade 1-Up, send me a machine. You know?
Mic drop on the Arcade 1-Up. Fuck you.
The last point I want to bring up is just that Boogie has no reason to ever engage with the blood sports community, and he just jumps in there all the time. Like, not even normal commentators, like high-level commentators that would maybe want to talk about that stuff, even go in there. So I don't understand why anything, like any motivation for him to jump into people who dox, send you Qurans, shoot people, like,
because he can't help it. He needs it. Tommy nailed it earlier.
But so that's why I'm just like, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't have
look at
sympathy
guys
for
like
him.
Deji. My dog's getting put to sleep. Go to the internet. You know, somebody yelled at me. I get served. Right. Go to the internet. This is some famous people do that too. John Cena's done that before. Got treated like shit in that Kmart. Go to the internet. You know, I mean, like, yeah, we shoot Chase Banks. I got kicked out of a bar. Go to the internet. You know, but every one of those people I just mentioned, Banks, are like, go to. Oh, I should do that again. Not Boogie. No, he's gonna go again and again and again and again. You know, he's gonna DM somebody and say, you know, I just want to say it's a good video on me, but it almost made me kill myself. Yeah, that would. If he ever said that shit to me, I'd be like, you know, that was a really good video. I really struck a nerve, didn't I? You know.
Thanks for the compliment.
Yeah, thanks for the compliment. I always want to get emotional reaction. I put a lot of time into this content, Boogie. You know, I mean, get the fuck out of here. He's used suicide as a way to hold people hostage and limit criticism. I mean, this is just it's fucking aggravating.
And he wonders why people question the validity of shit.
Look,
When you
I want to
make
believe he's a good guy. I really do. And
but
I
if you make everything dramatic, Tommy,
well, you know, I do want to believe he's a good guy, and I do believe there is part of the illness that is making this happen. I think that's fair. It's just that, like, I think the difference between him with somebody that has something like he does that I have empathy for, that person that has to maintain my empathy is going to have to make an effort. And you know, he said, "Well, I've done this and I've gone." Like, no, I don't get the feeling you're making any kind of fucking effort. I think you continually running to the internet. In fact, you could probably make the argument that you literally do the same thing every time.
Tell me, he went to drama alert before he went to the fucking police.
Yeah, so we don't know for a fact, but and then he went on drama alert. He's like, "I'm gonna enjoy killing you." Now I know what he was doing there. He was trying to scare this maniac who was obviously you fucking fired a gun at him. He'd get scared. So he's crazy too. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's just I guess this is really accelerated ever since he got divorced from his wife, because I don't think he has anyone that's there to tell him hey, this is a bad idea.
He's got the roommate and the dog.
No, I think he's plateaued on YouTube and he can't handle that either. He can't handle anything. It's amazing that house is clean. All right, talk to you later. Then we're back. Bye-bye. That house is clean. It's only because he's got PTSD, ODS or something.
It's wrong because of the AC repair guy.
I feel like I'm victim blaming a little bit, but it's just it kind of goes, but you're asking for it. Fucking Frank was asking for it. If he got one in the throat right now, I'd be screaming in Boogie's defense, saying, you know what? Boogie did everything wrong, but I don't give a shit he shot that guy.
I don't think it's victim blaming to expect somebody to have a little bit of self-control and a little bit of just any
or maybe just listen to somebody.
Something.
I can't imagine when he was on the phone with Keem. Keem was like, take a revolver, walk outside, talk to him through the window, fire one shot off in the air, and point it straight at his chest. I bet Keem didn't say that.
Put the dog in the other room first and make sure you talk about that a lot more.
I bet he didn't say that. I bet it was, oh, man. Boogie, do you hear this a lot? I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd do that if I was you. Is that the constant response you're hearing from people all the time?
I don't know, buddy.
I don't know if you're right about that one. Hey, I can fucking look. I'm a big YouTube star. What the fuck do you know there, pal?
Sounds good.
Yeah. That probably goes to, I don't know. And then, maybe you're right.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you might be right.
Alter, whatever your name is. You are on the air. How can I help you?
Yo, hello there, Tommy. Look, so guys, I just need to make a quick statement. So obviously I'm probably siding more on Boogie's side. Now you got to give him props. His wife divorced him. Dude, the guy's not getting pussy in years. You know what I mean? The only action he's gonna get is from shooting the gun. You know what I mean? Dude, Frank's probably the same. They're both virgins. They need to have some fun. You know what I mean? So
you're so what's the point? What's your point?
I mean, the point is, look, they're both probably horny. They're trying to get some manly feelings out there. So the boy needed to get his gun out and show him who's boss.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, swing and a miss, bud. Yeah, swing and a miss.
Your joke sucked. Yeah.
I mean, hey.
Your joke sucked. Sorry. Bomb like that, you get bombed. Try again. Hey, listen. You ain't the only fuckhead's been bombed. You're definitely
amazing.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Jim the Crackle, you're on the air.
Hey, okay, I want to open this up with obviously Boogie's done a lot of dumb stuff. He's kind of a complete lolcow, but this hassle, dude.
Oh yeah,
yeah, real. This is to me. Listen, I love making jokes.
Hey, it just shows you how much Boogie's hated, because if this happened to, remember when this happened to Drifter? People were fucking mad. Yeah. They're not that mad. They're like, fucking Boogie, S-word.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's
it's hypocrisy. But there,
really
I guess with B and Dave are going on, and then you're right. You're absolutely right to point that out. There is so many things that could have prevented this and been handled so much better.
God,
and what I think Boogie lies a lot.
A
lot to his own detriment about stupid things that don't matter.
Right.
I called the cops and I've talked to the cops and blah blah blah. Castle Dodge, you didn't do shit.
Then how the fuck could he dare go on Monday Match Show and say for a second, "How dare you, Monday Match"?
You're fucking so crazy. Nobody knows what the fuck's going on over there. I mean, I think Monday Matt's it's kind of stupid, but to sit there and bury. I mean, there's a lot of things you can bury Monday Matt over. I don't think that's one of them.
But if you're doing a long show,
all right, he already had a hot take, and something tells me you're not really tight with Matt. And whether you stuck up with him in the past before, Mike hasn't you know, I don't think he's being malicious. I do not believe that Matt was being malicious.
Oh no,
stupid.
No.
Maybe, but not malicious. Not malicious.
You know?
No.
Like the thing about it, every step Boogie's taking is stupid. Every single one he's taking is in this whole situation. It's like the stupidest. He's part of my language. He's acting like a bit of a tart.
Can't handle a drink,
but
you know, like
hassle
to carry
hassle.
Yeah.
To me, I don't care about anything Boogie's doing. Boogie's not even in my mind for this right now. I'm looking at this hassle dude like, you are really so into this internet trolley thing that you're gonna like go to someone's house for some clout.
Don't underestimate clout. That's why I did. That's how I got beat in his hand. That's how I made that video. Don't underestimate clout. Chasing a clout. You don't get it. He doesn't look like a typical clout chaser. See, you think of a clout chaser, you think like I Am Alex. You think of like a James Charles type. You know, they come in all shapes and neckbeard sizes, and there's women and there's men and there's even kids and what have you. Don't underestimate fame. Remember that fucking couple that was like going to do some, I could get shot with a 357 revolver or for a book, right? And he killed her husband. Yeah. A 45. Yeah. Well, it didn't work out. You're like, you know what was that for? Wow, we got to top our last prank. You sure did. You sure did.
Ain't topping this one though. That was
somebody got topped
right there. But this is what we live in.
I just don't
with
think
hassle. I don't get why people like are just acting like no, trolling is funny, right? Like, but people are like going to this guy like, oh, this is base. Like I'm reading in this chat right now, and it's funny, but like he's not bait. This guy's a loser. Are you kidding me?
Lunatic.
He's lamer than Boogie.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah. He's never accomplished
But
anything.
the last name of Hassel, though, should we be surprised? I mean, come on. It tells us in his last name.
It's not
Hassel.
his real name.
She was just saw it coming, Tommy.
Yes.
Like if you met Mike Rapist, you wouldn't, you know, we'd understand. You know?
Lou Gehrig's disease. Lou Gehrig, you know, I got
right?
you.
The irony. Come on.
Yeah, okay. No. Hassle. Yeah, so yeah, but you know, there's only so many ways you can say. I guess if we sound like we're pounding on Boogie, it's like Frank is so clearly in the wrong and so clearly out of his mind and so clearly can't be talked to. It's just the only thing you can say. Yeah, Boogie shot him. I wouldn't have a problem with it, you know. And then that part of the conversation's over. But now we have this list of shit that goes back years that led up to this moment, and like just how bad he is at everything. How this climb the victim ladder is his only way to do things. You know. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna say something controversial right now. I think fucking he sent goddamn. I'm probably gonna get some trouble with Billy for this, but I got the feeling when Billy and me got that argument back, I think fucking he sent Billy over to fucking take me out.
Wouldn't be surprising.
No, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. But I mean, maybe I'm not saying Billy's like being like malicious. I think, you know, he talked to Billy and Billy's like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll take out Tommy C. You know, like I said, I'm not dumping. I want to go back on the drunken peasants, but you know, I kind of wouldn't be surprised. And he follows me out of nowhere when I make some big criticism of him, and like, this is the pattern of behavior here. And you know, I was talking to Nick. I want to see Boogie succeed. He makes content that I like, especially when he's reviewing products and like this arcadey shit. I love that stuff. I do, but you know, he like I even like the drama stuff he did back in 2016. I
grew up watching him. I literally grew up watching him. I want him to succeed, yeah, but honestly, at this point, if he ever hears this, quit. Dude, quit. It's over. You're not built for this shit. No, you're not built for it.
Get out. No, I hear you, bro. Thank you, Jim the Gackle. Have a good one.
No problem.
Castle,
yeah, I find it amazing. We can't care about Frank. We only fucking learned of his existence 2 days ago. You know,
but
you didn't know who he was.
We hit their hour mark. It's going to do some overtime. How much overtime you want to do?
I'm here for whatever, baby. Let's go.
We got a lot of people in here.
Yo, I was wondering what you were thinking of Gamer from Mars tweet I sent you.
Yeah, check your Twitter, Jim.
Tommy loves him.
I do.
You do. You love
nothing. Art's been nothing but nice to me.
The Third Reich was a movement in Germany.
Check my DMs. I said you already.
All right, you did. All right, fine. We'll go
yeah.
Care about.
And I know we had a disagreement at the time. Then we reached a point on this one, and I think my opinion's changed in the last couple of months.
I think this is an interesting question. Funny, I don't recall anyone sticking up for Onision when Chris Hansen came to the house. Okay, that's a question. Right, on the surface, it looks kind of, but it is kind of stupid at the fucking end of the day. Chris Hansen wasn't saying, "Come out, you pussy! I'll fuck you in the ass." He wasn't doing that. Chris Hansen
never if I remember correctly, your answer for that was that he's a journalist, and it's like that's why it's okay. Because
I think it's okay to knock on somebody's door and ask them the question, and when they ask you to leave, I don't care who the fuck you are. And I think it's even okay to YouTubers do it. I know it breaches YouTube etiquette. Right, I understand that.
I don't think so. You're filming his house. You think you could film a YouTuber's house?
No, but the media does it all the time. That's just our fucking etiquette.
Yeah, no.
Bubble.
The media does it all the time.
We're having a conversation about the real world and the internet bubble. That's two different fucking things. Yeah.
And now we now know that Chris Hansen was operating in a media bubble anyway. He was filming it for the fucking show.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I mean,
I would almost say it's worth it.
I grew up in New York. 5 on your side exposes today's scammer. And where do they go, sir? Did you scam people out of fucking a Nissan Maxima? You know, I mean, that happens. And they're fucking. The only thing that's blacked out is the number on their house and the goddamn thing. So in the real world, yeah, that can be done. And here's the thing: he was asked to leave. He knocked a few times, and he left. That's not what Frank Hassel did.
I would almost say it's just as bad. Knowing now, I think it's 100% just as bad. I think you're going there with the intent to harass in both cases. I think you're going there with the intention of doing this for internet clout, for internet fame. In Frank's case, I don't think he planned on going there until Keem canceled the interview. Then he fired like 5 tweets off,
then
2 of them
and
then he showed up there 30 minutes later.
You have to show that every fucking journalist on the planet.
Chris Hansen's hardly a journalist. He went there to promote a television show and a YouTube live stream.
Sorry,
I don't
but
think
here's
that's
forget
even
Hansen.
remotely
I
normal.
just gave you the 5 on your side example, which is a local fucking. You probably know that shit from back home. Yeah, the journalists.
I think if you're doing journalism in some regard, I can understand it. That's more of a gray area. But if you're going to promote your YouTube live stream, it's not normal.
No, Nick, you're missing the whole biggest point here. You hate the guy.
We have to decipher what's in their heart in order for it to be unethical or not, because that's the argument you're making.
Well, ethics is one thing, but Hansen never told Onision, "I'm coming to your house to rape you and murder you."
It's just complete. It's apples and oranges.
No way. The same thing.
Yeah, and one
he just went to his house, leaked the front of his house, had his friend Anonymous Gene post the internet online and give it to all the YouTubers so it can drum up support for his show.
If you could prove
I think
that,
it was just as malicious.
But if you could, wait, the Anonymous Gene part, you threw that in. If you could prove that part of it, yeah, sure, I'm on.
I can.
But as far as a journalist going to your house and asking for, as long as he's not putting the number on fucking.
Dude, it was made to promote. It was made to promote a YouTube live stream. That's not a journalist move. That's a guy promoting.
And then that goes into the argument. I got this. That goes into the argument. Now we have to decide who's a journalist and who isn't, who qualifies and who doesn't. And guess what? Anybody can do journalism. So no, I completely.
You don't believe in journalism, so that argument makes no sense coming from you.
I'm saying yes, it does. I'm saying you can do it, Nick. I mean, you're out of your mind.
It makes no sense. Like at the time when we were debating this, we thought there was a police investigation. We thought it was an FBI thing. That's why you had me supporting that. Because this is an investigation.
Here's your answer, Nick. Because this is nuts.
No, this is like, hey, my show doesn't have enough views.
Nick, we're not hijacking this. No, it's not the same fucking thing as going to your house.
Pretty close.
Okay. You're entitled to believe that. I think put it in the next John Swan video, please.
You're about to get vintage Dave. You're about to get fucking Wish.
Come on. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Right, let's take some calls.
Well, wait, so what was so bad about when? What was so bad about when? What's his name went to Post Malone's house? Jake Paul. He didn't go. He said he was going to rape anybody. He didn't go there making any threats.
We're not done beating up on the first one yet. Hold on. Stop. You're not.
You're jumping to mission issue.
Same point.
It's not the same point because the intent to go to interview is not the same as the intent to "I'm going to rape you."
Jake Paul didn't say he was going to rape Post Malone.
No. Listen, in Jake Paul's case, he made no effort to block the number of his house.
You
have to let other people talk. He made no effort to block the number of his house. He made no effort to block his license plate. Whereas when journalists when they go to these scam artist place, they do block or blur out the numbers. They blur out the faces of the children. We have I'm sorry. It's completely fucking different. And why am I talking about Chris Hansen on a show on Boogie?
can't go too
because
far.
it's related to the topic that we're talking about. And I don't think Chris did that for him.
It's a semantic red herring, is what it is.
No, it's an example, jackass.
No, it isn't. It's a semantic red herring. We're talking about, and it's called the Boogie Show, not what good points that fucking Art made. No, it's completely ridiculous. And by the way, I just gave you my answer. It's completely different. There are two different fucking scenarios here. Yeah. And it is intent. Yeah, we found out that he wanted to promote his YouTube channel, but I don't think he did anything unethical as a journalist. Or if somebody who wants to practice journalism.
And put it online.
I don't think he did. No, here's the thing, Nick. You're wrapped up in this fucking world right here. Once you go outside internet land, no one gives a fuck about your goddamn.
All right, so Tommy, you support people going to YouTubers' houses.
I don't. Do I support people going to YouTube on the right circumstances? Yes. In a journalism circumstance, if you're accused of fucking murder and the journalist goes up and says, "I want some fucking questions. Get off my fucking property," you don't get to cry to the internet and say, "Hey, take subs away from that journalist that went to his house." It's completely insane.
Well, do you think he was being a journalist when he did that? Do you think he was doing this promoting television?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, because he didn't go out of his fucking way to expose.
Jake Paul did it to make a vlog. Like, I'm
Jake
just saying,
Paul did it and put his license plate and his fucking house number on there. And
what did Chris Hansen do when he filmed his house? Hansen leaked video out.
What did he do? And Chris Hansen did lie about the police investigation. I don't think there's any FBI investigation, but the facts that we know at the time. If he went there and was getting the FBI involved and doing this as a journalist with his background, yes, then you're absolutely fucking right. Then I stand by it. That he did the right thing. Now, a year and a half later, we find out that that's all bullshit. Okay, yeah, sure. But at the time...
No. That's the point I'm arguing. I'm saying over time, has your opinion changed now that you saw what it was for? That was what I opened up. That was my opening statement. Was that I agreed with you last year, but after everything changed, now I don't anymore.
It's the same thing. No, I don't think it's the same thing. But yeah, probably, I guess. But it doesn't come close to what Castle did. It doesn't come close to what Jake Paul did, because they were intentionally malicious. One guy was trying to promote his YouTube channel and his career. The other fucking guy was trying to destroy and make everybody crazy through this edgelord fucking.
Well, do you think that Frank Hassel's entire thing was not to promote his website?
I'm absolutely sure that's part of it, but we're not. Frank Castle's not trying to get or let anybody.
Well, I'm thinking of him in the vein of like he's an internet troll.
To pretend to be a journalism. He's actually on the surface. I am trying to fuck with people and harass with people. Hence the name Frank Castle. You know, come on, it's completely
well. Yeah. So if you're gonna think of Frank Hassel in such a manner that he's like trying to get someone to kill himself, or he's going out there trying to like cause these people like fucking harm, then yeah, obviously that's not what I agree with you on. That's not how I see it. I see Frank Hassel using this as a vessel to promote his website, to make more money. To like the big thing I noticed is I don't think he was going to Boogie's house at all until like Keem canceled the interview. I thought he was like, holy fuck, I didn't get my clout.
You're speaking to the choir.
I think it was going from day one.
Yeah, I think that's exactly why it happened.
Looking
back, I don't think I don't have a problem with Keem doing the interview. I don't think you should release it at all. You know, I don't think you should release it at all. But
I think at that point it was. I mean,
you want to get.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's two arguments to be made there. It's like, look, we have to get the information out there to the public to know there's context to this, and I don't want to promote this fucking nut job. He might go to somebody else's house, and the way things turned out, you know, this went so well for him. He might go to somebody else's house.
Well, it wouldn't have been fair to Frank if you didn't release it.
Now, if you want to call both forms harassment, I think that's fair. You can call it a form of harassment, sure.
No, that's a good point, though. If Frank's going to go to the cop, I think what I said, you know what I said to Frank? You know, Frank, when you go to cops, if the cops want to subpoena it or you really need it for fucking some kind of court thing, then give me a call. That's what I would have done. But in fairness, that's me nitpicking Keemstar. All right, let's take some.
Think about it. We have had like the swatting incidents where people has died. I don't know if doing an interview based around a whole incident of whether or not a guy is going to go to somebody other big YouTuber's house and, you know, threaten violence against him is the thing to promote. It's a really, because then he went, you know, the fact is he ended up going and a fire was shot. We have to look at everything that happened. And that's the judgment.
Yeah, the problem here is there's too many people going to YouTubers' houses. This is coming up far too much. Deji's had to deal with it. Yeah. Christina Grimmie got shot 4 times at a concert. had Hansen at his door to promote a television show. Post Malone got doxxed because Jake Paul wanted to make a vlog. Boogie fired a warning shot and probably might spend some jail time if he doesn't get a big fucking hefty fine instead because someone wanted to harass him. Like, you see Dragon Lord, they tried to make a convention outside of that guy's fucking house. So, like, this isn't normal. YouTubers aren't treated the same as, like, fucking celebrities on any other front, so I don't know why this is exactly fair either. The comparison, it's just like, I think it needs to be really driven home that you don't go to a fucking YouTuber's house. And for YouTubers who are listening to this isn't a free pass to like gun down somebody at your fucking doorstep either.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a very similar fucking situation to this. Like the Josh Pescator thing is like a 1-to-1 comparison with what Boogie has to deal with here. I had a guy say that he was gonna like fucking assault me. He was gonna come to my house and like fucking sexually assault me. He was gonna like come and assault me at VidCon. And what did I do? Tommy filed a fucking police report. I didn't plan to do that. And then if he came to my house, I would have had him arrested. And then what I would have done is the sensible thing. I would have fired up a live stream and had a celebration while he spent the night in jail, and I would have collected all of your super chats, audience. That's what you do in that circumstance. You don't get outside. You don't open the door because Frank is no threat to you while there's a door between there. I don't know.
I tell you something. Before I pull out a gun, and I said to myself, I want to shoot this guy. I would have said to myself, I want to do this clean. I would have really called the cops and found out what the fucking, like, what do I got to do? Like,
file a fucking restraining
order.
You
know how cops are. You know how cops are.
Somebody told me what to do with the cops with Josh Pescator. I want to tell chat this. I had like one of two options. I could have either gone and filed a police report myself, which I chose not to do, or my other option was to drive and file one where he lives, and he probably would have spent the night in jail.
Yeah, well,
so I had a decision to make. Do I do a 6-hour road trip or something, like an 8-hour road trip just for a really funny meme, or do I stay home and
well, you're also not crazy like Boogie, Nick. You know, there's also that factor.
Well,
too.
Here's the thing. Here's the guy, because I talked to the cop, and he calls me and he says, "Look, he could file a complaint in Long Island," and he goes, "We think he broke." He listed the crime, whatever the fuck it was. I forget now. Like that he because I have to admit, like, by the way, shout out that police department, and it was in the middle of all this rioting and shit. Uber professional. Like, I don't want to say it because I don't want to give away where he lived, but wow, like what a pleasure to deal with. By the way, the cop I talked to was stationed in Dexheim, by the way.
Oh, nice.
So he goes like, and he goes he can file a complaint in Long Island, and we really do think he made it law. But let me tell you something right now. There is no way that we are going to arrest him and send him to Long Island. There is no way they're gonna. It's just not gonna fucking happen. No one's gonna do anything about it. Or he can come over here, and we might do something about it. But yeah, you're right. There was a crime committed here. That's what they told us. But you know, and this is what I go tell people all the time. Not like I don't even think of the cops. The cops had their way. Everybody would get prosecuted, but they know how the DA works. DA's, I got murder cases.
If I had a bottomless wallet like Josh did, I'd have flown there with a streaming setup.
Yeah.
And oh my God, would that have been funny?
Yeah,
well, you're also not another crazy person. So
he would have had to bond himself out.
All right, let's take some cold. A bass boomer here on the air. All right, you blew it. 3, 2, 1. Yo, get ready. Go. All right, here's the deal, man. I'm literally gonna throw you out. I'm gonna throw them out permanently when they don't answer. DeLorean Stone, you're on the air. How can I help you? And your mic doesn't work.
Oh, for 2.
Man. Sometimes DeLorean Stone, you're on the air.
Yeah, you can hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear. How can I help you?
Sorry about that, man. So something I've been thinking about that I don't think anybody's brought up yet is when you purchase a firearm, you have to sign a bunch of papers. You got to answer some questions, right? One of those questions is, are you mentally adjudicated as deficient or something like that? Boogie's gone around saying that he's insane, saying that he's depressed.
That's not his gun, by the way, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Well, that's bad as well, because the guy who gave it to him is now committing a felony because you can't like possess one and then give it to somebody who
sounds right.
Doesn't
I don't
qualify.
think it's that way in that state. Let me check.
Is that way in Arkansas? Because every state's different. That's true.
Yeah,
Arkansas got some weird shit.
As
in
far
there.
they
as I
have like
know-
really loose laws from what I can tell so far.
as far as I know, that's like a federal thing. So if somebody called ATF on him right now,
get the fuck out of here, guy! Come on!
No, man, I'm being real with you.
You know what? The ATF is going to be like the Branch Davidians. Get the fuck out of here! This is what I'm talking about. Not every crime is prosecuted like it is on fucking television. That's never going to happen. You know.
No,
I mean, it does happen, man. You signed those papers for a reason. I'm not saying it's realistic. I'm just saying it's not smart to be going around telling people you're crazy and then swinging a gun around on video.
Look, we did cover this earlier. You said nobody covered it. We kind of did. Dave said that mentioned this earlier in the show that he has mentioned mental illness before. Maybe this is the last guy in the world that should have this kind of gun license if he was licensed for that gun. No,
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so we did touch on it.
Well,
but
here's the deal. That wasn't the initial plan. If you hear in the video, they're kind of doing like a flyby decision right there. He goes, because initially Boogie's supposed to hold the dog and the guy was supposed to like shoot him. That was the plan, as far as I can tell. And then Boogie in the middle of it goes, you know what? Why don't you take the dog? And then he opened it up and now we have that meme picture we're going to see in every reply chain for the next 10 years. But like,
my favorite one is him and Scarce. I died.
It just shows how little they prepared.
Yeah,
okay, so
he never called the cops. He never. The more and more I get through the show, he never called the cops before he got.
Well, he said he called the cops and the whole thing with the whole swatting thing. Didn't he say with the swatting thing that he X'd to not be put on the public records, which would have been like a crime if they didn't put him on there. Like he's very clearly lied about all of this before.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So here's my other point. I don't think Frank is. I mean, okay, he's definitely getting publicity from this. But when it originated, they had this big fight on the internet, like I think it was 2 or 3 months ago. And honestly, I've been waiting for this to happen because if you know Frank, if you're subscribed to his Gumroad, I wouldn't even say this is the most dangerous thing that guy's gone and done.
Oh, really?
He's in league. He works with Sam Hyde sometimes. The guy is. I don't know if he's actually insane as much as he's just willing to push the limit too far and probably doesn't have a lawyer involved to tell him, hey, buddy, don't do that.
He's willing to take a bullet, you think?
I don't think he's willing to take a bullet, but I mean, he's had ripped dudes chase him out of a gym, gone back 3 times and literally almost gotten the shit beat out of him on camera, and he's loves it. So I don't think he thinks he's actually going to get shot. And honestly, I don't think Boogie has the balls to shoot anybody, and I hope he doesn't because I don't want anybody to get hurt.
I don't want to get hurt either. But
I don't want anybody.
I'd be honest with you though.
I think he was holding the gun wrong and he missed. He meant to shoot him right in the head and it went straight up.
Warning
the
shot,
recoil, way too much.
I gotta be
recoil.
honest with you though. If he did fucking tag him, I wouldn't be fucking shedding a goddamn tear for Frank.
Oh no! Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
But at the same time,
and maybe Boogie should go to jail, and they should get the ATF and throw him in the fuck in there. But I gotta be honest.
I think both of them need to be committed.
People like that push limits to that extreme, and when something bad happens to them, I gotta be honest with you, I kind of like it.
I do too. That's why I'm subscribed. That's why I've been waiting for this to pop off. And let's be honest, though, this is one of the funniest things I personally have seen in months. Whether or not it was right or wrong, it was fucking hilarious. And I hope more shit like this happens. I don't condone it, obviously, but it's hilarious, and they're doing exactly what we want them to do. And part of the issue is that we all love it, and they know we love it.
Well,
Frank only does what he does because we love it. Here's
the thing. I know somebody talking to Boogie, and they're telling him to do all the right things, and he won't do it.
But he loves the attention, man. And if you love the attention, he's doing the right thing.
I don't think he loves the attention. I think he's panicking like a motherfucker. No, I genuinely don't think he loves the attention.
DeOrio, is it that ridiculous?
I think if this guy
get off the internet, get off the internet.
Where is he gonna go? Is he gonna be like homeless? Like how this pays the bills? Like what is he gonna do? He's gonna be a proficient chef? Like he's gonna be a fucking he's gonna work at Walmart.
You can't just get a job at Walmart and pay your mortgage.
Walmart, man.
Well, listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Do you have a mortgage?
Me? Yeah, I work for a mortgage company.
Okay. All right. You see, you're having a hard fucking time over there, okay? You just quit your job. You can't work at McDonald's. Hey, wait a minute. I got to pay the mortgage on my house. I got to pay the kids. Oh, no, wait a minute. I got to do this stupid fucking job because it's the job that makes me the most money. And you're telling me as an adult you can just walk away from that?
Dude, every respect.
Nick, I run into people like this all the time. I want to hear him finish. Please say that again because I couldn't hear you over Nick. What really? When you say leave the internet, when you say leave the internet, okay, and take a job at Walmart, looking at the size of that house, maybe guessing about his car payments, okay, how do you expect him to do that? How is that a reasonable request?
Well, okay, so based on the state he lives on, and I only know this because of my job, I would assume his house is probably worth $300,000 or less. So the mortgage on that is probably around $1,200 a month. That's still a lot of money, but I think there's plenty of other jobs he could do that, frankly, I mean, a lot of people don't even know who he is. In the real world, normal people don't know who this
job
guy
could he
is.
get? What kind of job? Come on, man.
He could be a loan processor.
What college education? Maybe he should learn the code. Maybe he should learn the code. You know what? I have a great. He should become a veterinarian. Go to Rutgers and get a veterinarian school. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not saying he should go to college.
No, I always wanted to hear somebody like you.
Because I had decent jobs for people without a college
So basically, your whole message here is get a real job. I mean, that's the basis
for him, for his mental health. I think that'd be the best thing.
I agree with you on that, but we don't disagree with you.
This guy's previous job was working at a Magic the Gathering store.
I get it.
What planet are you from, dude?
I'm just saying, if he actually cared about his mental health, any normal person would go and get themselves out of that situation, and they grind.
I agree with you that he has to get out of his situation, but your mental health problems don't pay your fucking bills, man. I mean, Jesus Christ,
this is like saying you don't like YouTube policy, make your own website. It's literally the argument.
Not necessarily. It's just
you don't like it, asshole.
If you're continually getting fucked in the ass,
I agree. You're saying the same thing over and over again. We agree with you on that part, but you know what? There's things in life, like I hate fucking doing this too, but I gotta fucking do it because I gotta pay my child support. You know, like I can't just quit because somebody's been saying mean things about me. You know,
there's no better path for DSP and Wings of Redemption. Like, these people are making enough money to like survive in the current like landscape. Like, what else are these people gonna do, dude? Like, there's a whole
down to what do you care about more, money or your self-respect?
Money, my fucking kid's goddamn child support. You moron! I'm tired. I'm done. I'm done. Oh, let's just live without money. What, you grow up rich? You got a silver spoon stuck in your asshole? I mean, get the fuck out of here, guy.
This asshole, dude. No, Tommy, he'd be a lot more fucking happy on a box on the side of the road with his dog in his lap.
You know what I'm picturing in my head right now?
He could work at the Best Buy down the road. You don't understand. He doesn't have to do YouTube.
Somewhere out there, there's a bunch of 12-year-olds in a basement, right? And one of them fucking is like, get Jim. He has a really deep voice. Everybody thinks he's a dad. Let him call up Tommy and just say a bunch of ridiculous fucking shit. It'll be a riot. You know, and if that's the case, good on you, pal, because that's the most insane. I can't believe you can function as an adult. You gotta do shit all the fucking time that you don't want to or can't do, or even if it comes down to if I cared about my mental illness, you know, if I cared about all that rotten shit that happened, I still gotta do it. Get the fuck out of here,
dude.
Man.
Here's the deal: like, look at all these YouTubers. I hope you love them the way they are right now, because in about 20 years, all of these people who did not go to college, who have not worked a job, who are going to eventually go down the same rabbit hole, they're going to be exactly the same. That's why this space sucks, dude. When you turn 40 and 50, eventually some of those people don't watch you anymore. Eventually, some people like fucking with you, and eventually, some people who never got in drama are gonna get.
I will say this though. I will say this about this guy. He does at some level. He's right. Yeah, he's not. We even said for this at the beginning of the podcast, like, he's not fit for this. He's not. But here's the thing, like, my whole point is, just because you're not fit for something, once you're in it, and you still got to pay bills. The bills. Well, if you cared about your mental health, you would fucking go. You would lose your heating. You know, I mean, what the fuck? You still got to have the heating. I mean, get the fuck
Allow me to recap my last fucking year of my life, buddy. Jesus Christ, dude. I mean. Fuck,
guys, we haven't considered Boogie being a heart surgeon. Do you think that might be
Hey, guys. Let's let Boogie join the army.
Yes, he should join the army. The ultimate job.
Yeah, it's not too late.
Yeah, Boogie, what are your credentials? I fired a gun once.
Academy 9, Boogie joins.
Boogie's gonna enlist. Boogie's going to Iraq.
Yeah, well, if he really cared about his mental health and wanted to sort the army's a good place for him.
He's joined the fields, I hear.
Next police academy and shit. What the fuck is it? What he gonna do?
That's gonna be the first guy who goes into the army with PTSD.
Come on, man. Oh, that's too funny. All right.
Like, everyone's got figure out their own shit at the end of the day and find a way to balance.
Dude, that last caller was on point, man.
Yeah,
I want to
sure
see
was.
Boogie pull out a gun on Walmart employees. Dude, that guy was in the right. Like he was trying to be like, yeah, Boogie should do something constructive, but like, what kind of job is Boogie gonna
Really?
get? People's
Fuck
lives,
outta here. Well, if you really cared about
He's
his
gonna
mental
hold a sign
health,
in front of a car wash.
Yeah, do you really think Boogie's not going to be egotistical enough to be in a job interview like, yeah, I have a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
and they Google
exactly.
it, and he's like talking about killing people.
Yo,
online.
can somebody get him a shitload of Adderall and Leafy to explain him how stocks work?
Yeah. Honestly, though, man, Tommy, I'm so thankful that you brought up the fucking shit about don't bring up your goddamn personal shit.
No,
I'm
don't.
so sick of it. I feel like YouTube is like promoting that. Like that's what you have.
you know
to
what it
be
is? We had
nowadays,
celebrities
you know what I
for
mean?
years in the 90s and before that. I'm going to talk about how my heart works and how I feel.
But
And a lot
nobody
of music-
cares
and a
unless
lot
they're
of music.
selling.
A lot more people care than you fucking think. And ask Keemstar, it's the easiest way to get attention. Yeah, normal people don't care. The kind of people I entertain or like to think I entertain don't care. But I tell you something. You know, if you didn't know who I was, all I got to do is pull up with a wheelchair and give you a heartbraking story, and I'll make more money than I am
it's
now.
bullshit.
You know, yeah, it's just the
Yo,
way people.
big
It's just
payday though.
it's big money.
I'll tell you what.
Victim
As a
business is big
YouTuber,
money.
the only thing. Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I was done. Victim business is big money. You know, that's all.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying.
Well, I was
Big
gonna
money.
say, man, as a YouTuber, if I were to ever bring up like any like that personal of shit, I think the only situation I could ever think of is like, and this is really personal, but it's like I feel like you'd have to tell people so people would be like, where the fuck did you go if you're dying or something like Total Biscuit? Because if he just died, no one would know, and everyone would just be like, where
Well,
the
it
fuck
could
did
be
you go?
Chaz Boseman. Well, that's a good fucking example. Chadwick
Well, that's
Boseman didn't tell anybody.
no.
Didn't have to hear any horrible things. His family didn't have to deal with any horrible jokes or memes or anything like that, and they would have been there. And Total Biscuit. Now, I'm not. Look, there's two. If you want, like, it's two different scenarios, two different people, and however you want to fucking put information out like that. Total Biscuit told people, and Keemstar said, "Can't wait to report your death," which became a huge meme.
Yeah.
And people like when he actually took a stand for Gamergate, you know, people were like, you know, you had these blue-haired SJWs like wishing him dead, like wishing the cancer would go faster. So there's like two ways to handle that, but you got to be ready when you go public with something. Like when I put something on here, here's the way I look at YouTubing. Every piece of content I put out there, every piece of person, I picture with somebody drawing a dick in their mouth. All right? That's the most fucking humiliating thing you can do. And then I ask myself, can I handle that? And I go, yeah. And then if I can't handle it, I don't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't give a fuck about most things, but I just feel like I just always try to, when I upload shit, I'm thinking like, all right, if I were my own viewer, right, what I want to see. And that's why, like, if you came on doing like a stream of like Tommy's fucking, you know, liver failure hour or some shit. Fuck you. Dude, into that bullshit, dude. That's boring as fuck.
No, he's liver
People
failure.
want information of people. This is YouTube.
You know what
at
I'm
the
saying?
end.
Like,
Yeah, I know what
if
you're
like
saying.
my favorite YouTuber is like terminally ill.
Yeah,
I feel like I kind of want to know that. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. Well, I've thought of that scenario with me. I would do it as long as I could, and if my looks really started getting, I would just say goodbye. You know, with as much dignity as I could, because I watched my hero Dynamis like go 15 years over the, you know, he should have retired like 15 years earlier, and he mumbled his words like I mean, you couldn't understand him towards the end. And he retired, and he only got a year off before he died. That's no way to live. I think and I used to hear Stern talk about that. Now he's in his fucking 60s, and that's when I was fucking in his 60s too. And it's like nobody fucking quits. And I like to think that I can walk away with it from, you know, I saved most of my money, so like I like to think that I can walk away with this when I can walk away from it. But it's not.
But then there's the musicians thing where people that retire, they just die like a couple months later.
Dude,
you know,
I mean, that's what happened to Imus. Stern will probably be the same
Half the
way.
musicians die while they're still good.
Here's the thing: those guys
true,
that
yeah.
get up to like big heights, like Imus and Stern, and the guys that work till they're workaholics, and the reason they can't imagine
or
a life,
sellouts in Stern's case.
they can't imagine a life without work. A life without work is empty. you like they don't want to sit around and enjoy their retirement. There's no joy there. So that's why you get that kind of situation. All right, thanks for calling, man.
Think about it too as well, Tom.
Hey, thanks for having me in.
Bye.
Even with regular celebrities, we got entertainment news and all those things that get every little bit of detail they possibly can because the people want it. On YouTube, it's 100 times as worse because we're giving the information most of the time. It's a connection, and people do look for that stuff. There's always going to be a market.
Here's the fucking truth. Most people are fucking miserable. Most people are sad. They're lonely. They're in pain, either physical or mental. And they see somebody on there that they think they make a connection with. 9 times out of 10, they're not even making a connection. Their mind is telling them they are. And, the people want to, like, release that just if it's just for a fucking second. Life is hard. Life is difficult. It can be really miserable. And one of the first things that me and you noticed when we started doing this, when we were getting like 2 or 3 people on a stream or something, how many disabled people listen to us?
Right.
How many people that were bedridden? How many?
Bro, have you seen the fucking Kumite? They're disabled in every way.
Yeah, but I mean, because there's a lot of people with pain, and like you get. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody in the chat right now. Like if I just get them to laugh fucking once. I mean, it just makes their day so much better, That's
a big thing.
And it's a big thing. And, I think my job as the host is not to take too much the, what do they call it? Opioids or whatever the fuck it is. The,
your own Kool-Aid, really.
I can't drink too much of my own Kool-Aid, man. I just got to I made you laugh. Thank you. Have a nice fucking day. Boy, that guy's an asshole. He's really cold. And he can't win either. All right, let's get through some of these fucking calls, man.
I saw Monday.
Yeah, I did. I saw him there too. All right, Base Boomer, were you on before?
Hi.
How are you? All right, get to the point. You're already pissing me off.
So basically, I think Frank Castle is kind of just being a jerk.
Great point.
But also, you also have Boogie who's in the wrong. Not exactly in the way that he's like, oh, he's doing it all wrong, but I don't know.
This call sucks. This call sucks. This call sucks. This call sucks. All right, thanks for calling, man. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Get to the point.
You are such
Farming on the air.
Yeah, I was waiting for a while, but it's okay. I know a bit about trolling. The Joker in the Dark Knight.
Never heard of him, but go ahead. I'll try to follow along.
Well, that scene where Batman pushes him off, and then he falls from that building, and he's laughing his head out because he basically won Batman because Batman couldn't kill him.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the point now. If Boogie ended up shooting Frank, do you possibly think that would be the ultimate troll for Frank?
Are you saying that Frank Castle is Heath Ledger?
Gotcha. I got internal bleeding, but boy, Boogie, you're in a lot of trouble. I guess. Yeah.
That's like Lion Maker when he said he tricked everybody into like thinking he's a pedophile. Like, wow, dude, that's a great troll. Oh, by the way, I'm pretty sure you're a pedophile.
All right. Yeah. I agree with you.
Also, I was gonna ask: are you allowed to just shoot a gun in the air? What happens if surely the bullet?
We're kind of debating. We not really.
Yeah, it's called a death pop.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the movie The Other Guys?
No, I did.
No, you're really not. In a lot of cases, but
I do it all the time, Tommy. What are you talking about?
It's yes, yeah. It's like my neighbors piss me off. I just put a couple fucking rounds in the air, let everybody know. That's all the time. Yeah, I'm American. That's the way things roll. Yeah.
If Boogie ended up shooting him dead, would he be in the legal right to do so?
That's
up to
12 people to decide.
I think he'd have a pretty hard argument after he said he'd really enjoy killing him. I think he'd have a little hard. It would be an uphill battle in court.
Yeah, we were doing that yesterday.
Yeah, but he was warning him not to come. That was
Yeah,
like,
but he said he wanted to kill him. You can't have it both
agree with you. It was very
ways.
clear to me what he was doing, but also the prosecution attorney would not be like as nice as we are.
He's charged with murder, defending himself against first-degree murder. You know, what do you mean, sir? What do you mean? Oh, I didn't want to kill him.
I thought if you, I don't know the laws in America. I'm from England, but I thought if you trespass, then you're allowed to get shot.
Hey, mate, let me put it to this way, mate. If you go to a chap and you say, hey, I'll stab you I'll stab you. Come over here, I'll cut you up, mate. Right? And that guy comes over and you cut him up. Oh, mate, you shouldn't have came over to my place, mate. See, it wouldn't work in England either. Did they kind of make it you know?
No, it wouldn't fly in England, but I thought in America maybe that's how it's.
Come on, actually, you ever see what happened to Alexander Hamilton?
Yeah.
No.
They had a duel.
Oh shit!
All right, yeah, they did. They did in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye bye. Jarbo?
I muted myself for a few minutes, but holy fuck, what happened there? Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Matt?
What happened? Oh, I can't take these other guys before Jarbo. Enigma, you're on the air. Come on.
Hi, Tommy.
Yeah, shoot.
Right to the point. I'll get right to the point.
You got it.
Okay. So Frank Castle was asking for it.
Yeah, sure.
No
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean.
Right. No, I think if he got shot, he would have deserved it.
But okay. Here's the thing. When Boogie did the interview, right?
Yeah.
There's the main stream of consciousness, right? Is what Boogie was trying to scare him off, right?
Yeah.
Boogie didn't want him to come.
Sure.
Now I think that's really true, but I have another theory, and I'm not saying this is necessarily true, but I think maybe Boogie did want him to come to the house.
Yeah.
He wanted to win so bad that he wanted to prove to the public, look, this is actually happening. He actually came to my house, so he pushed him so hard, pushed this guy just to come to his house, right?
Yeah. Interesting take.
I
was so fucking used to people coming here and saying stupid shit today. I was about ready to blow you up, but yeah. Because it doesn't make a certain amount of sense because it justifies everything he's saying. And that's
let me just modify that ever so slightly. Sure. Maybe Boogie was getting trolled for a very long time by a huge group of people, and one of them was dumb enough to come to his house, and maybe Boogie wanted him to be there, so one of them could get shot, and then maybe the other ones would be less inclined to harass him.
I think it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
But maybe I'm saying I think yours was okay. He wanted to kill Frank Castle that bad. My take is maybe he wanted to establish don't fucking come to my house. Leave me the fuck alone.
Dude. I don't think he wanted to kill Frank Castle.
Oh, I know he did because it's the dog fucking. Take the dog example. Dogs growl when they don't want to fight. When they attack, they go to kill and make a sound. You know, people do that too. It's the come out. This is the Boogie. Come at me, bro. I'm gonna enjoy murdering you. That's just come at me, bro. That's all it is.
Remember the last thing he said before he fired or after he fired? He said, "Don't make me do this." And he called him by his real name. He said, "Don't make me do this."
Yeah.
That is a long way from come to my house. I can't wait to fucking murder you.
I think Frank.
He ran a wrestling promo for something he was fearing for his life.
I think if Frank would have charged me to drop the gun.
And it was on Drama Alert, too. Let us not forget that. What was he supposed to go on there and talk about legalese? It was fucking Drama Alert.
He really shouldn't have gone on there at all.
That was a terrible fucking decision. Stupid. Yeah, we're going to talk about the legal ramifications of me shooting you if you come to my house.
The only reason you're here is because of me. I live in Chicago. Just came out big right there. It's fucking Drama Alert, you jag-off. You know?
I'll give you one thing, though. In the Hurricane of Destruction, G Fuel was not on Keemstar's desk for the first time.
All right.
We don't need this. Kind of stayed silent.
Good call, Enigma.
Thank you.
I really want to put everybody else's. Do we have Downfall in already? Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah.
Max, I don't want to put Jarbo in. We'll fucking. Well, how much time? We have 15 minutes. Max, you're on here. Go ahead.
I just want to say I think everyone involved in this is a very artistic person. It takes a very artistic mindset.
Yes, I agree.
Very artistic people.
Yes.
To somehow hold a man at gunpoint and still come out looking like a bitch. I put him up there, you know, clip off his ear, you know, call him Beethoven. I don't know. Oh. Nah, but oh my god.
It's like a Monet, right?
Yeah.
it's like a Monet or a
Yeah. Well, I don't know how he thought this was gonna turn him from the Mountain Dew guy to like fucking The Rock or anything, but it wasn't gonna work. I think it was a little stupid. What's that guy? Frank Castle?
Yeah, Frank Castle.
Anyway,
not the president.
I think the guy completely shit his pants the second Boogie came out with a gun and fired the shot, because all of a sudden it went from shoot me pussy to why the man does this man have a gun? And he's like looking to the fucking air vent like repairman for like what the fuck's happening here?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I'm just a pizza guy.
Well, honestly, this whole thing was just a giant work, though. In case you didn't know, Boogie was actually cast in the next Lethal Weapon movie, and he was.
Oh yeah.
All right, man.
John Rambo.
Hey man, I didn't cut you short. Really great call though. Call again, please.
Oh yeah. See ya,
man.
Yeah.
All right, part Jesus. I'm putting Jarbo because he's a celebrity. Part seven. Jesus. Go ahead.
All right, so my whole thing is that I think overall, like, we all agree Boogie has deteriorating mental health.
Sure.
And I understand that people just kind of like lose their shit. My whole theory is that after his like wife left him, or his fiance, I don't know, whatever it was.
Yeah.
After his wife left him, he just fucking lost his shit. And he's kind of like just trying to take his anger out on somebody, and that was a guy.
You think so?
And he just wanted to fucking kill him.
I don't think, dude. Nah, dude. I'm sorry. It's not his wife. Everyone keeps calling and saying it's his wife. This guy lost his wife. He lost his career. He lost his credibility. Like everything is gone, dude. This guy was the father of the commentary community, the most wholesome man on the internet. This guy lost everything, my guy. He never had much. All he had was that little celebrity stint that he had for like maybe 8 years. And the minute that was gone, dude, holy shit, he's deteriorated. I don't think it's just the wife.
I think it's the idea that you either die
therapy
or
hour.
Whatever the fucking quote is, you either live long. Oh, I can't even fucking think of it.
Yeah.
Either die a hero or you
live long enough to be the villain. There you go.
Yeah, Batman.
I don't think he's a villain. I think he's a dipshit.
Right.
Well, obviously,
he's an emotionally stunted child. That's what he is.
In a lot of ways, yeah. You know, I want him to succeed, but you know, but I also want Frank Castle to fail. You know, I think that's
I mean, he pretty much did. He's on his own website now that has a pay to watch.
Yeah, and I'm sure some like Comedy Central will just like they can't wait to snatch him out.
Punisher and just start fucking going off on people.
Yeah, that would be his. Yeah, it'd be interesting if Castle went around shooting people.
No, it'd be ironic.
Yeah, it would be ironic. All right, have a good day, sir. Thanks, Chief.
Well, I was considering what would happen if Boogie went on like a 15-kill massacre after this.
I think we all get demonetized. I think it'd be.
Could you imagine? He's like, I shot the gun once. Now I have a taste for blood.
Let me tell you something. Boogie was going to kill anybody. Boogie was going to kill anybody first. Thanks so much, Ella Fitzgerald. If Boogie doesn't kill anybody first, it wouldn't be Frank Castle. It would be YouTube fucking commentary. Probably Keemstar. Yeah, that's who we'd go for first. The famous Matt Jarbo. You're on the air, sir.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Apparently, you're not allowed to have a fucking kind of a hot take. You mix your
apparently not. Yeah, and it's not just with this scenario. Apparently, there's a lot of scenarios of which I'm not allowed to talk about. I'm not allowed to discuss. On. You know, a lot of free speech advocates out there telling me what I can and can't talk about.
Well, that's not Boogie. In fairness, Boogie's no free speech advocate. He's taught about. He's talking about imprisoning people that don't use proper pronouns. So let's be fair here, Matt Jarbo.
Yeah, it's funny. It's really fucking.
Let me ask you something. This is a question I really want to ask you. Like me and Dave were discussing the situation. We kind of stuck up for you. Now we thought your take was hot, but we also thought you're kind of entitled to have it. And just the fact that it's YouTube, you know, it's not out of the realm. I think it's a little bit crazy your thought, but it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. But then the question becomes, if Dave would have said something about me and Dave are very close. We're in the Army together. Then it might go into that conversation. How dare you say that about me? But that would depend on how close me and Dave are. Are you that close with Boogie that he can talk to you that way?
Right. No, I've talked to him maybe 3 times since the time here. No, and that's only through DMs, and there's times I'll DM him about something and he won't respond.
Like you were a
Wait, I've
brother.
talked to Boogie in voice chat more than you have.
Holy
fuck, man. With Boogie since VidCon 2019. I know that's when that's what the whole thing last night. If you really listen, like there was 2 parts to the whole thing, right? There's the first part where he's like aggressively hitting me.
Yeah.
And I was taken aback by it, to be honest with you. I was like, holy fuck.
It sounded
did I
yeah,
fuck
that's
up?
what I thought. Yeah, sure.
I was like, fuck, dude. You know, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can smooth this over and I can, okay, fine. Like he's clearly upset. Cool.
Sure.
I triggered something. Okay. But then when Keemstar called him and then he needed Daddy Keem to come on and deflect.
Yeah, but not only that, he was like, yeah, I'm getting Danny and sicking him on you right away.
That was so weird. Like, by the way, that was Keemstar on the phone. Okay.
I know there was Keem on the phone. And then Keem came in and we didn't talk about Boogie at all.
Yeah.
And he came on in and because when he called Boogie, he's like, well, you need to tell Matt that he's got no room to have this conversation. Like, really? I'm pretty sure Alex says hi, Keem. You know, and so it's that whole fucking nonsense about all that shit. And then he comes in, and the thing is, if you notice, what is my accusation that it was that was kayfabe, right?
Yeah.
He knows that. He never once denied it or admitted it or even brought it up. And neither did I, because I was kind of letting him, I was seeing where he wanted to take things. And that's what it was. But he never denied anything. And then he fucked off and he left. And then Boogie came back, and that whole second half of that conversation was, fuck me, what the hell was that shit? Yeah. I'm gonna die on the cross of YouTube for Etika. Like, are you kidding me, dude?
I think this is just. I don't think you should take him very literally. I think there's a
no. I don't
pattern
take
here.
him literally though, Tommy. I
don't. He needs the dopamine, dude. And I think that's really what it comes down to. Like, who wouldn't call the cops? Who wouldn't keep their mouth shut in this situation? Who would go to the internet first? Like in a serious situation
exactly
like that.
Why
Boogie
I pose
would.
the questions.
Yeah. I think look. I think your take was hot. Right, but I don't.
I don't think it was that hot. All he told his audience, and most
all right, let me change.
fake.
I think it was lukewarm. Okay, lukewarm. But I'll give you this, Matt. It's not out of the realm of possibility. It's not completely insane. This is not fucking aliens shooting JFK from the moon. This is it's a lot closer to home than that.
Again, like that's the whole thing. And I tried explaining this to Boogie, but every time I tried to explain
he wanted to hurt.
He would try to. He would cut me off.
No, cut you off. He wanted to hurt you. He wanted to make you a bad person. He wanted to really.
And then you're scum of the earth. Like you're lower than low. I'm like, because I'm questioning the narrative of something that I don't have all the answers to.
Yeah.
Oh, because you're fucking put in the.
I would never say you fucked your kids.
Yeah, Matt.
Do you fuck your children? Like,
Matt. Listen, we disagree with you sometimes on this show, but you know what I would never do is I would never go and say that you fuck your children, Matt. I would never do that.
I would never call you a pedophile, Matt. No, I would never say that.
Keep saying it over and over again.
It's because he was trying. What it was is he was pushing it. Okay, here's why. After last night, the second half of the recording, why I feel like it's more fake than ever. And
you still think it's fake?
More staged.
Do you really think it's fake?
I still think.
Dude, so many people think it's fake, Tommy. You're like in the minority.
Yeah, you're literally in the minority.
But Matt, we know it's real, and we could get.
No, we know it's real. Yes, but I'm telling you that Boogie told his audience, most thought it was fake.
Yeah, because based on the information that's provided.
Okay.
All right. I think there is some kind of manufactured situation in this. I don't know what it is yet. But there's something that is manufactured. It's definitely heavily marketed. That's why when I talked about Keem's clip, it was edited. There was music to build intensity and drama.
But that's what he always does.
The bit with the cops was cut out. Why was that? Why was all the audio?
Is there some kind of law where law enforcement can't be on?
No, because theoretically he shouldn't have put any of that video out. None of that should have been on the
internet. He gave it to Ralph. He gave it to Phil. He gave it to anyone who asked for it.
He gave it to Ralph.
And that was the whole. That's the whole thing. Boogie dug himself into this massive hole last night.
Sure.
He's been doing it all week.
For years, for years.
Yeah,
it goes back further than you think. Yeah.
Yes, but in regards to this Frank Castle thing, and this is why I'm asking myself, who has what to gain off of this? And we can actually really kind of break it down to 3 different wins. So let me explain real quick. So here's Keemstar's part of it. And this, again, it's a schizo theory, but it's a theory. Keem put everything up on Storyfire. Well, that video wasn't too hot for YouTube. Not at all. He knows that. There's way worse stuff on YouTube. This shit's on YouTube, and it's way worse than that language-wise. Yeah, sure. Okay? So he could put it on YouTube, but he had it on Storyfire. All right, why is that? Oh, has he been promoting Storyfire? Yeah, a little bit, right? Then you've got Boogie. Boogie can play the victim. And we all know, as much as I like Boogie, I really hold no ill will towards the guy, period. But Boogie does like to play that card. He played it last night. I mean, he fucking laid it out last night when he's like, I'm going to say something that's going to ruin my career. And I'm like, don't say it then.
Yeah,
Just
but I don't know.
it.
It's like this. I have inside information.
I'll give you a 100% guarantee right here. If this is fake, and if he did fuck me over, he did fuck over other people, I will bury him because I have more than enough evidence.
I'm sure
to absolutely bury him.
All I'm thinking of is what are the angles.
But here's the thing: I could kill the Keemstar angle because I was in a chat room when he was discussing it. He was afraid to put it out there.
But you know that he manufactures shit all the time.
Yeah, I know, but it's just the environment. The environment we were in, and maybe you're right. But I mean, the environment we're in is just not the place. It was more like bitching, like I can't make money on
Tommy,
this.
my God, stop protecting Keemstar.
I'm not. No. Roll it in. No. Nobody's protecting anything. I'm seeing in this real time.
His opinions are based off of what I've said, and I've spoken to Boogie, I've spoken to Frank, and I've spoken to
Sure. Oh, look, here's like I said, there's things about yesterday that I even said in my stream, I want to believe that this is true, right?
Yeah.
I want to believe that this is actually the way things happen. I said that multiple times. When I'm talking about the idea, I'm looking at like who stands to benefit the most from this. Frank,
but just because you find who stands to benefit the most doesn't prove your conspiracy theory. You just found who benefits the most.
Disprove it either.
No, yeah, sure, of course. We can talk. We had that conversation about God, but it's kind of a pointless conversation. As far as protecting Keemstar, all I was saying was he was pissing and moaning about not being able to make money on YouTube, afraid of being age restricted. So he threw in Storyfire. That's why he did it. I was there when he was fucking discussing it, and it wasn't just like well, I have no reason to protect him whatsoever. I'm sorry. Here's the problem with conspiracy theories. Too many puzzle pieces have to fit in this fucking world for it all to come together. And once you get to this has to happen, I have to be a part of it. Nick has to be a part of it. Dave has to be a part of it. It's all bullshit. JFK got shot by Lee Harvey Oswald. I mean, it just gets crazy.
As I said, like the likelihood of it being real is probably greater than not.
Yeah.
There's just so many questions that I have.
And by the way, you're entitled to ask those questions, and we stuck up for you on here and said just that. But it really isn't. And I tell you something: if it is, I got worked. And I'd be
but Tommy, I'm telling you that a majority of the people are looking at this situation and they're saying what Matt's saying, that things do look off, things are a bit weird. Even like I was in a call with Wavy Web Surf when we were watching it. Like he goes, "Wow, this is." What the fuck? There's different cameras? Oh no, Wet Wavy. It was Willie. He goes, "Why are there different camera angles? This is edited really well."
Let me ask you something. As long as I've been doing this almost 5 years now, how many cases do we have where we found out when we unraveled everything, the whole thing was a creative 4D chess move for views? The only
everything
one,
in the prank community.
The only one. All right, I was before my time. The only thing that came close, and we couldn't prove it, was the fight between James Ski and Too Mad to promote their dolls, and we couldn't fucking prove it.
No, absolutely not. Rice Gum fighting Fuzi.
That's a lot of money.
Okay, all right. That's okay. That's all right. All right. That's 1 out of almost 1,000 days.
I think that the reason
every diss track that's ever been released.
The reason it's hard to place is things that happen, like with remember Conor McGregor in the UFC and the whole fucking thing that happened in the Barclays Center. My take on that was it was a half.
All the promotion for KSI versus Logan Paul. Sorry.
Yeah, but that's a little less. That's promo. You're talking about 40 chess here.
Hand.
Yeah. I don't know. You're talking about a conspiracy.
Zoe Burger baited podcast. There we go.
Oh yeah.
That was a real conspiracy. We had to work so hard to put that together. It wasn't like this happened. Fucking Keemstar really said what he said. And she really said what she said, and they came together and said, "Oh fuck, that was stupid on both our. Let's go debate it and say it was work." I mean, come on. Like, it's not that fucking complicated here. When you start to get these complicated, intricate conspiracy theories, 9 times out of 10, they're bullshit. And that was bullshit, too. The only people that got worked on that were me and Clown. All right, I got to close this fucker out because my wife's getting pissed off because we did 2 hours. So thank you very much, Matt, for coming
you're on longer than I thought. I was actually taking a shower, and I just like brought it up because I was something to listen to. I'm like, oh, I'll jump on.
No, you were the most interesting. I thought you were the most interesting part of the discussion. So
that's good. I like that my name is now being associated with interesting rather than just mundane.
You're the ones that you're the one that called you're the one that called yourself that. That's your own goddamn fault.
I did.
I know how I'll get everybody to like me. I'll say I'm fucking boring. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you Thursday.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence.
devil fighting rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-town to King's home, slapping fives, black stones, 6 mile to danger zones. Bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headline.
Fuck you too, jack off.
Okay. Yeah.